And, oh,
Hello,
Gargax has
everybody, and
made a
welcome to.
mistake with my character that he keeps forgetting.
Also, I
Hello,
have made a
everybody, and
mistake
mm,
in my own campaign, so
hello,
I
everybody,
will
and
tell you that later.
Hey, let God speak.
thank you. Now then, hello, everybody, and welcome to Homebrew Hunts. Now then, let's
Hello!
get back to the chaos and a half.
Howdy. And a half.
Yay, more chaos.
Time to
More
find the stupid
making
dragon.
our DMs suffer.
Right.
And
So, all
I'm
right.
pretty sure everybody other than Fawn and Sapphire are in the camp because my character just went back to the camp.
Right.
I mean, Constance should be there too, so.
Right.
And
All right. Well, actually, more specifically, Nolan, your character got lost and ended up coming out a different exit.
Where
how? I was literally not here. You can't just make me get lost without me rolling anything.
I mean, you kind of left right there, so I didn't have much stuff to do besides you getting lost. Would you rather the cave
Or
be?
you just vanishing out of existence?
Why can't I jump that fence? That's still.
All right then. So, all right. So, Constance and
Yes.
okay. So Constance, Caliros, both of y'all wake up in different rooms. More specifically, Kairoth, you wake up from a very horrid nightmare. One that leaves you sweating as you see a draconic face raise its jaws and begin charging a blast. And right when it fires, you wakes up. You wake up.
What the fuck? Oh, you're still here as he looks at his familiar that he somehow has. He's just like, oh yeah, you're still here.
Constance is just
All right.
over in the background, checking up on Sapphire.
Sapphire's not there. Actually, you
Sapphire
actually
should be there.
use you actually question. Sapphire, where would you have gone after the whole kerbuckle that happened?
Well, I flew back into the mine to find Nolan.
Can I roll to see if I can find my way out?
No.
Well, you are kind of
Fuck up,
already
you're not
out.
the DM.
You are already
Sorry.
out. You took
I
one
know,
wrong
I'm
left
telling
and
you.
you ended up at a emergency exit.
I mean, you're just not.
You know, I feel like this is pretty good from your character getting crushed by 20d20s worth of falling rocks.
Why do I feel like that was directed to me?
No, I was directed towards Nolan.
But anyways.
Well, if Constance can't physically check up on Sapphire, he's going to mentally be checking up on Sapphire through intertwining blah blah blah.
How far away would you say I am from them now? Like, range of feet. Like 30, 60, 90, 120? More.
Oh, let's just go with 120 plus.
Okay, you would not be able to.
Question.
And Constance is now rightfully panicking.
Gargax, I have one honest question. Is the dang tabaxi near me again?
Yes, although in a lot weirder position. She's using her tail to hold herself up like a bat on the ceiling.
All right. I'm just gonna tell my raven to peck her in the head at this point.
You do have to do that as she says, "Down!" and falls. And why did you do that?
Because you need to wake up.
And wait, I fell. So why was I on the ceiling?
Yes, for some odd reason. Anyway,
As both of y'all begin to
go
hear
look
a
for the
little bit of a
others.
commotion going outside.
Speak of the devil, I think I already know who that is, as my character just steps outside.
Can I see if I can find my way back to the camp?
Yes, you may. The town.
Would I have to roll for that?
No, you do not. The town is, well, pretty lit up right now, mostly because, the circus is in town. Literally.
Okay.
So
So what's going outside? What's going on outside
you see
with the commotion? Mm-hmm.
you do see a group of people. Like most of them look like townspeople, although a couple you don't recognize. They appear to be those of an act of a circus. But they do look over to the forest where they see a person coming out. Well, more specifically, three people. A pseudo dragon, a large man, and finally, Fawn.
My characters are just going to yell, "Oi, Sapphire, get your butt back over here!"
The moment Constance hears Sapphire, let's just say he bursts out of the damn room.
Fawn just looks at Sapphire like, these are your people.
Sapphire!
Yeah. By the way, let me get an image of my character for you, Fawn,
How
because I
long does
don't
it
think you've
take
seen my
for
character.
my character to find the camp?
It doesn't take long. I would say a good
Yes.
15-minute walk. It's pretty bright. A blind bat could find its way here.
Aren't you? Never mind. I'm not. Alright. For context, Fawn, this is my character. For you, if I can remember the right channel, where is it?
Yeah, Deluxe.
I believe you're looking for characters, looks, and names.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
I'm
under memes.
forward.
Yeah!
No,
Awesome.
I was forwarding. There you go. I am a dragon.
No, but.
Can I just have Constance start running straight towards Sapphire, please?
Yes, you may.
Sapphire?
You know, the most Constantines try to run past me, I'm gonna grab him by the ear. Oh, screw it.
I'm just gonna roll something real quick. Hold on.
Do I see this?
Does a 16 get your hand off me?
Yes. And yes. At least all I think it would be yes.
Kaliroth?
What?
Does a 16 get your hand off my ear?
I mean, yes, but I have a question for you now. If you want to do that. Well, first of all, I gotta check. I don't have the right one. Damn it. Never mind then.
Yeah, Constance just flicks. Not flicks. Swats Kaliroth's hand off his ear and keeps running straight towards Sapphire.
My character's gonna call out as you do that. I hope you get ran over by an elephant then.
And I hope you get squashed by a crocodile, but we're not making that kind of assumption.
By the way, can you please make me a dex save?
Me?
Yes.
Okay. That's a 5.
Here goes the elephant. Here comes the elephant.
All right, I was more expecting you to save that, but all right then.
I guess I'm having to heal already.
Here.
What the fuck?
Yep. Not me though.
All right.
Why am I not surprised, Mr. Natural 20?
You were dealt 18
I
points of
warned
bludgeoning
you.
damage as an elephant accidentally steps on you.
Hey, Gargax, real quick, can Fawn kind of like get the attention
I'm
of
gonna
whoever's
mute real
like
quick.
directing the elephant? And kind of like motion to move to the side?
Well, actually, the elephant seems to be just. Actually, yes. Yes, you can. Let's call him Burp, or his nickname. Mostly because he has a burp that can quite
Bert?
literally shatter
Oh
glass.
my lord.
Burp. Oh, she goes, hey, Burp, get to the side! You're in people's way!
Oh, sorry! And proceeds and then moves. And
My
She kind
character
of runs
will walk
over and is
over
like,
as well, slowly keeping up.
she comes over and is like, I am so sorry.
Where did that thing come from?
My circus, well, not mine, I don't
character
own
just
it, but
walks
the circus
over,
that I'm
looking
with,
at.
unfortunately. Usually they're a bit better about this.
My character's my character's as well. So, who are you?
dude, you're kind of breaking up.
Yeah, you're cutting out a lot, dude.
Yeah, kind of worse than a spaghetti
His
noodle.
internet. It's his internet. And you should never be breaking a spaghetti noodle.
And
That is blasphemy on the Italians.
Whenever I make ramen, I make it with chopsticks now, like, because we're not monsters in this house.
Exactly. Sapphire!
Oh.
Sapphire!
Is coming out the mine now. Oh, not
You-
Nolan.
You're already out.
You're already out. You're with the entire circus.
This is,
Yeah, you're with Fern.
hello?
Constance was full on calling for you, running over, and he almost got trampled by an elephant.
no, he was trampled by an elephant.
He was trampled by an elephant. He's currently in chronic pain.
Yeah, Fawn kind of comes over and offers a hand, or like.
Which starts zooming on over. And it's like, Constance? Master Constance? You okay?
Where the fuck did you go?
Well, at first I went with them, and then I tried to look for her in the mines after a body you showed up, and then I got lost in the mines. Then I came out. I heard your voice, but I couldn't tell which direction, so I just started flying towards the middle of the town. And then it got louder. Then it got less loud. So I decided to go backwards a bit, and then I started getting trampled by elephants.
Is this better though, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay. My character's going to walk over, looking at Fern before saying, "So, who are you?"
My name is Fawn.
Oh, actually, 1 second. Before you actually see her name, you do hear, Fawn! What are you doing? And it is Adrian Goldenbrook.
Fawn Fawn kind of jumps. She's like, Mr. Goldenbrook. I just heard a scream in the woods last night, so I went to go investigate, you know. But I am back now and would like to speak with you.
Yes, very much. Yes, very much. I will. Wait a second. You must speak with me.
Yes.
Hmm.
Am I missing something here?
Fawn, like, you can see that Fawn's shoulders are kind of up and tense, and she seems like she's trying to kind of stand her ground, but is not used to doing that.
Hold on. I need to hold on a dang minute. Hold on. History. Let's see if that's a thud.
He pinches the bridge of
What
his
is his
nose
height?
as
No.
he just
There we
stares
go.
at you and says, "You know what? I can scold you in a second. I know you,
Does the
and this
23
sounds important."
investigation Does the 23 investigation tell Constance anything of what's going on here?
Yes. This is the equivalent of a daughter getting scolded after breaking a family plate.
Hold on. Who are you? As he points to this dude that walked up.
I am the ringleader of this circus, and she is she is one of my performers.
Your daughter?
Performer.
I was about to say.
No, he's not my father. Mr. Goldenbrook, you will not get the opportunity to scold me because I am leaving.
Yes, you are leaving,
Oh!
and you are going
what?
to your thing. Go now.
Hold on.
She kind of like looks at me, she's like, no, you don't understand. This is my resignation.
Your resident. Your resident. I. Huh? Wait. What? What happened?
Constance just kind of like forces himself to stand up a bit more, and in order to offer Fawn some comfort, despite not knowing this person at like all, he just kind of stands right next to her.
By most terms of employment, I don't have to give you a reason. I'm going to go get my things, and then I am leaving.
Fine. Go, please. I'll be glad to get you out of my hair. Finally.
She kind of like walks away, and can how like how well can everybody hear?
Pretty
Well,
fucking good.
Constance's passive investigation is like a 13, so
You just hear a very soft, just like everyone else, as she walks off to go get her stuff.
I have a 15. I have a 15 passive perception, so.
So yes.
I
I
got
don't think it helps that Constance was right there either. So
11, but I got super hearing, so
Yeah, my character. Yeah, my character just looks back at Fawn before saying, "What do you mean, like everyone else?"
She
I'm
kind of
fried into
pauses
this.
and just like she just kind of like waves a hand. You can tell that this is a teenager, and she just marches off to go get her things before coming back, like not too long later, like 10 minutes later, because it's not far away.
yeah, I was about to say Constance would have had
Anyway.
Sapphire follow you.
Yeah, my character looks back at the ringmaster before saying, "You need to learn how to handle your kids better."
And not to be a dick.
She is my performer. And you. Two things.
And me what?
You butt out of it. This is a personal conversation. Now scooch it. As he sort of points the cane and past you.
Do you know who you're talking to?
No,
Sir.
and nor do I give a rats as you hear a donkey sign behind you, along with his trainer saying, "Shh, shush, we're getting to the good part."
My character turns around to show his family
Pretty
insignia on his jacket before looking back at him and saying, "Do you want to repeat that one more time for me?"
Alright, the hunters. Now anyway, a private conversation, since you don't
Done
seem to
in
understand what
public.
that means.
It is done in public. It's not.
Two
It's no more
things.
private than having to scream on a porch.
It's not a private conversation when first of all, it's
Then
happened in front of someone now. And secondly, what type of ringmaster treats their quote unquote performers like that?
she just ran out during the middle of her performance. Don't don't you scold on your bird when
That
it
seems
flies off when it's not
more.
supposed to?
First of all, my quote unquote bird is a familiar, so it won't even do that. Secondly, as he just flips this dude off, fuck you.
He
Fawn
then
kind
puts
of
the cane
comes back.
under his arm and does a little trick with his fingers, and then decides you to, as they say, flip a triple bird. And yes, you can do that. No, I do not know how to.
Okay,
It's
my
easy.
character
You actually can put your
just
hands together, or one of your like ring fingers becomes the middle finger, and then you can just flip a triple bird.
you know what this is, Alex.
Because
He's done it before.
I've done this before to a
Oh,
teacher.
fair enough. You know what? I'm not even gonna ask. My character's gonna say, if you don't know how to treat people, I might as well just take Fawn off your hands
Oh,
because
please,
them
please,
running off into
please.
the
She
woods
needs
like
to
that.
see the world
Them
like everyone her age says
listen,
she needs to do. And they'll
listen.
what?
Let me finish.
Speak.
Because here's the thing: someone who runs off into the woods like that does not deserve to be a performer for someone like you.
I'm gonna go and make sure that kid is okay.
Someone like me. Someone like
Yeah,
me.
I might as
Excuse me. I treat
well.
my performers like gold. I don't, and I know exactly the reason why she ran off was because there was a scream, a mental scream, to everybody there. Everyone heard it. How did you not hear it?
Maybe he wasn't close enough. You big
One, I
tough.
was asleep. I'm a very sound sleeper.
Constance
Of
does
course.
And
Just
notice.
like
three, I
how
had to
I
deal
can
with
sleep through a
this
Tarrasque
bitch in my
grave.
room again.
Constance
No,
does.
no. Did he hear what I said? My character proceeded to try to finish what he was trying to say. As I was fucking trying to say before you interrupted me, you prick. I had to deal with this bitch in my room again. As he points to the damn tobacco.
Which is currently chewing on a thing of popcorn, along with 5 other people.
Constance does meet Fawn halfway just to really check on her.
She's walking as quickly as she can. She has she like senses you kind of walk up and like very very quickly like cleans up her face like she was like trying not to cry and she's like, hi, are you okay? Like you
I'm
just got
fine.
trampled.
I'm fine. I've dealt with worse. Are you alright?
I'm making it. My little area's right over there. I'm just gonna go get my stuff.
Would you like company?
Sure. She kind of goes and you see it's like one of those classic like circus like I guess you know like the little wagons that you see whenever the circus comes to town. She kind of goes in there and you see that she has like half of it. The other half is somebody else's. She has half. And so she kind of just climbs up in there and pulls out like one of those like packs and just starts putting stuff in.
You share a room.
Yeah, with my friend. He's a really buff gnome.
A gnome. Okay.
Yeah, we have the same act. I kind of I put it over my shoulder, pick up a fiddle that has like designs painted on it. put that over my shoulder, and then like kind of search around for a second before finally locating like a really nice blue silk sash that she kind of puts around her head.
Do you need help with carrying anything?
Nope, everything's pretty light. I've got it. She like opens her pack, sticks the fiddle in its case in there, and like shakes it a little bit to get it settled, and then puts it back on.
Okay.
Is that dragon yours?
Yes, she's a pseudo dragon, not
Uh,
exactly a real one, but she's a troublemaker.
She was
Just-
really helpful earlier.
She was.
just kind of lands on Constance's head. She
What?
was.
He immediately freaking takes Constance off.
Yeah.
A kind of like lizard-looking creature with flowers on it comes crawling up onto what's her face? Fawn's shoulder, and kind of like it opens its wings almost in defense. She's like, "You need to calm down."
Does everyone have a pet here except for Nolan?
Yeah.
What?
The Flora's name is Lily.
What is that?
She's my Flora. I found her a couple years ago.
I don't think I've heard of a flora in my studies.
Yeah, she's not very smart. She drinks nectar and sits here and helps me sleep in. That's about it.
That sounds
I-
very similar to this one. All they drink is very sugary ale and get drunk as fuck.
That's not true. I also drink honey. Whatever the fuck you put in your milk.
And get drunk as fuck.
Well, I can't help what you put in your milk.
You know what? That's enough of you. And they just shove freaking Sapphire into their dress.
Yeah. Yeah. Just makes a little ball in the stomach area of the shirt. Yeah. It's
Fawn just kind of like motions to the exit. Should we go? I don't really want to be here any longer than I have to be. I would
Right.
rather not see that guy again.
That is very fair. If ever needed, you can join my posse.
Sapphire offered, yeah, and I agreed. Although
Oh.
I'm starting to wonder if maybe that I'm starting to wonder how we even found the right way through that mine. That mine. She kind of looks at Sapphire, like obviously, like she doesn't say this out loud, but the expression is obviously you are not the smartest person in this group.
Yeah, Sapphire is as smart as, well, anything with 2 brain cells. Let's get you out of here and away from whatever the hell that thing is. He says, he just kind of motions towards the man that was yelling at you before.
He just has a temper. It's not as
By
bad
the
as.
way,
Well,
when
he
you
just has a temper.
I do want to see the ringmaster from where they're at, because it's so to see my characters going back and forth with this dude.
Oh yes, it's bad.
And it looks like that scaly friend of mine is going to try and start a fight.
Fawn kind of like looks slightly put off, but not like more put off by the fact that people are fighting, less put off by the fact that people are more put off that people are like really angry, and less put off that people are fighting, or being loud.
Let's get you as far away from this
You
place
know-
as possible.
You know what? I'm wasting. Go ahead.
And maybe we'll be able to find my tutor along the way.
Oh, the big one with the big ears and all the tails. Yes, he was very, very cool too.
Yes, so you've met Nolan.
Yeah. Although I'm not entirely sure how he got. Oh, that's what I forgot. We lost him whenever we. Oh, I'm glad he's safe.
Well, let's hope he's safe. And he just kind of opens the freaking thing for Fawn.
She walks out and starts heading back towards where everybody else is. Kind of giving Calaroth and Master Goldenbrook a wide berth.
Right,
Constance
and
is very
as
much the opposite. He just kind of walks by Mr. Brickerdirth, whatever the heck his name is, and then just grabs Goldenbrick, and just grabs Calaroth by the tail and starts dragging him.
Right.
Hold on, before you even grab me, my character would just have yelled out at the top of his lungs, I don't even know why I'm wasting my time with you.
I don't know why you're wasting
I
your
guess it's
time
because
either. Now
I can't
scat!
let you get away with that. He just slaps the dude before just walking over. Just as Constant grabs my tail.
Just like, yoink.
just slap.
Slap, grabs tail, drag.
You vagabond!
You don't even have to drag me. Once you grab my tail, my character just follows the moment you grab my tail before yanking his tail out of your hand.
You daggum vagabond! Do you have no honor? If you're here to strike me, then strike me now!
Is he?
You know what? You know what?
Can
No, he wants me to strike him down. Gargax, I'm gonna go back to the room.
Can Fawn come over and just like she just kind of like very, very hesitantly like walks up to Calaroth like, please don't, it doesn't make anything better.
Oh no, I need to go back to the room anyways, because I didn't grab my stuff. So I'm gonna go back to the room to grab my rifle, my ammo, and my Steel Defender, which is a mechanical wolf. Because I remember I left that in the room.
While
Before
waiting
walking
for
back out and
Calaroth,
saying,
while waiting for Calaroth, Constance is checking the satchel that he has.
yeah, by the way, I would have left my
finds-
raven. I left my raven nearby, so it's just sitting like on a nearby light pole.
Fawn finds like a private place to change really quick because she's still in her performance clothes and those are not comfortable.
I mean, all that Constance has been wearing is just a potato sack, so.
And she's been dungeon crawling in these things, so yeah, changes really quick into her day clothes.
Okay.
Yeah. After all that, my character would have came back out with his stuff and said, "Let's go before I end up shooting someone in the head."
And then I'll have to drag you by your hair next. And he just starts walking again and
On
making
that-
sure Fawn's following.
Yeah, Fawn's
that
following.
you-
She makes like the teeth, like the emoji with just like the teeth, like ooh.
Yeah, you would see a mechanical wolf standing beside me when I came back out for the first time, Fawn.
She wants to fawn over it, but you scare her, so she doesn't.
By the way, as you walk past, you hear a one citizen, a skeleton, was like, "Why is everyone so calm?" Well, I guess it's because.
What is going on?
Just hold on for a second,
I'm going to murder
because
I'm
nothing
gonna
gets
murder
under
it.
our skin.
Hey,
What did
why is it always the stupid skeleton jokes?
Because it is him, the eternal skeleton of laughs. And he just looks at you and says,
You're right,
"After
guys.
all,
My
I'm having a
character sealed.
skeleton
Is
of
my
laughs."
character here?
Is Nolan there? Also, I'm sorry, Fawn.
Yeah, sorry about that. I couldn't pass that up when he said to.
He keeps bringing out an NPC I hate in every campaign, and it's annoying.
I'm really sorry about that, Fawn. Gargax always brings the skeleton in, and we instinctively want to kill it.
I've come so
Let
close
me
to
guess.
murdering this
Is
thing. I
it
don't know
like
how many times.
sands? Is that what
It's
you're
worse than
doing?
Sans. It's worse than Sans. It's so much worse
Yes!
than Sans.
Yes!
Every
It's
encounter,
worse!
Ka-ching.
every encounter is a joke.
Oh no. It's like sands mixed with papyrus. It has the energy
No,
of
it's
papyrus and
mixed
the
with
annoying...
sands. Yes, actually, yeah.
The
Pretty much.
amount of energy of papyrus and the annoying puns from sands.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to step out.
Exactly.
I'm really sorry about that, Fawn.
Yeah,
The moment
sorry.
the
Oh, you're good.
skeleton
On.
round,
You're
the
good.
moment
I guessed that something had probably happened a couple times. I do know Gargax fairly well.
yeah,
A
whenever
couple
constant,
times.
whenever the skeleton comes
This is
around,
every campaign.
whenever the skeleton comes around, he just kind of makes him be like Sans, but worse.
Please, please
Okay.
calm down.
It is the annoying puns of sands,
Please.
but the energy of papyrus.
Gotcha. All right.
Really want to instinctively kill him, but we can't.
Yeah,
We've thrown
they
him in the
hate
void
them.
before.
Even
Yeah,
if you
Fawn's
do
just...
do one of,
I'm the one that hates
even
him the
if
most.
you do one of those jokes in my campaign, I will say this: the skeleton will not be invincible. Do I make myself
Anyway.
The
clear?
skeleton is
Argax?
invincible here. I don't know how many times I've shot the thing at this point.
Do I make myself clear?
Yes, I completely understand.
Anyway,
At least in my campaign, they get to kill it, and you only get one skeleton joke. Got it?
Got it.
Okay.
We get 5 or
Okay.
6 from this one.
All
Anyway.
right.
He asked me to do it in my campaign.
no.
I didn't give him conditions
No.
until now. He only is allowed to do it once, and also if you do it next session, I will kill the thing myself. Do I make
Anyway.
myself clear?
Please do.
Anyway, moving on from
Hopefully
the
we'll
skeleton.
murder in this world too.
Moving on from the skeleton.
Yes, no more
Okay,
skeletons, no more
Nolan came
skeletons,
back.
no more skeletons. Back to the game, back to the game.
Am I here? Do I see this?
I imagine Nolan was like, from the energy that I got, probably saw it and was like, okay.
Yes, you do
Just
actually
imagine
see it.
little foxfires going, oh great, not more. I thought I escaped this. This stupidity.
Alright then.
Because if you've forgotten, Nolan was a teacher at one point, and you know how teachers like their puns. And there are some teachers who like them a little too much.
Alright then.
And Nolan didn't like it.
Alright, so anyways. So let me guess, y'all are going to exit the city?
Yes,
Am
I
I
guess.
with the party?
I'm following
Am
them.
I with the party, for goodness sake?
Are they
Yes.
here?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank God.
Okay,
Constance
it
sees
doesn't look like
Nolan.
his normal self.
What happened to my teacher? What happened to him?
He has multiple tails with little foxfires around him.
Let's just say the moment Constance sees Nolan again, Nolan gets a tackle hug by this relatively shorter kitsune-looking child.
I guess my secret's out, huh?
Where the hell have you been?
Well, you guys bolted off. I was trying to find you, then I bumped into Sapphire, then I got lost in a mine. Thankfully, I got out before it collapsed. Then I went to find you again.
Fawn just points at Sapphire.
Who's in the shirt?
Yeah, Fawn just like points at Constance's shirt where Sapphire's and is like, he called down a thunderbolt.
He did. Huh?
He
He
so
collapsed
it was
the
you!
mine.
Constance just reaches into
Oh, by the way,
collar of the shirt, pulls Sapphire out via the shoulder area. Just like, you did what?
So you're the one who brought down the mine.
She's like, it's my fault. They were chasing me.
No
Just-
excuses.
follow
just-
it anyway.
Just kind of scrims my head out of the shirt and just like.
No. Constance full on took you out, holding you by the shoulders.
You know what? Where's the lemon juice? I'm gonna put it on the dumb fucker's tongue.
Hold on, Gargax. I do have
Don't
another
put
question.
yucky
Is there a
water.
bucket of water nearby?
Don't
Gargax, is there a bucket of water nearby?
Yes, there is a bucket
And
of
just
water.
shoves a whole lemon in Sapphire's mouth.
You know what, Sapphire? You get to keep that lemon in your mouth from now on. And you don't get to be in my shirt. You can walk.
I may
If it
have
wasn't
caused.
for other powers that I possess, I would probably have literally been squashed by that cave-in.
That's why I tried to go in after you once it started, and so I could find you and get you out fast. And then I couldn't find you, and the cave was collapsing, so I had to immediately fly on out.
You're still
So
walking.
you are alive, though.
So
And
you know
Constance
you,
Sapphire on the ground.
and Nolan says this, Constance. You know how you've been taking on the appearance of a kitsune?
Taking on the appearance, I've always been like this. What are you talking about?
Well, to be fair, what you thought you were mimicking a puka, I'm technically half kitsune.
Mimicking what? Me? Mimicking? No.
My
Your
character's gonna
skin
look.
is blue, you're
at-
not fooling anyone.
My character's gonna look at Nolan before saying, "So, you're not dead."
No, said Bolts a lot.
Never call me that again, please. That's weird. Plus, I've already got in a fight with a ringmaster. Kind of want to make his head go pop.
Am I gonna have to tie your freaking hands behind your back?
No, I said want
s-
to, not will.
Alright, so small thing, probably not that big. Definitely gonna be that big. You do see somebody at the edge of the town putting up some sort of poster.
Oh no, here we go.
Oh god.
Oh Lord, who's
Time
want
to
it?
run away again.
My character's gonna walk over there to look at the poster.
No.
It is
I want to
of
know.
Sapphire, Constance, and of course you. All of it in a singular, beautiful photo taken by, as you would recall, the Warforged in that little.
Okay, you know what? And Calliroth gets yoinked by Nolan, and a foxfire has now been placed on his head. This should make you look slightly different. Different skin color, different hair color to the average person. Constance, get over here.
No, I'm good. I think I'm good.
Do it yourself then.
Fine.
To be fair,
Fawn, turn
Like-
around.
my character is going to look at Nolan.
Fawn
To be
turns
fair,
around.
they tried to take all the stuff we had from the black market.
And Constance just kind of, to make sure that Calliroth doesn't see, goes behind a tree.
No. You could go behind Nolan's 5 fucking tails.
You know what? Yeah, he's gonna do that instead. He's gonna take out a separate pair of clothing. And when he comes back around, he's this. He's this.
You look weird.
Fawn's eyes go big. She's like, whoa, that was awesome.
You know what? My character's gonna
really...
walk back over to the poster and rip. My character's gonna walk back over to the poster and take it down real quick.
Anyway, he then takes Sapphire.
And. Right, Sapphire.
Remind
Um,
me,
Do you want me to put the foxfire on him? Or are you gonna
I'm
change
gonna-
their appearance.
I'm gonna change their appearance. Remind me, Kin, Sapphire, since you're the player, and you know a lot more about familiars than I do, is it possible to change the familiar's look?
Oh yes, in fact, that's pretty much what the spell is used after you summon it, because you can just easily summon it without using the spell.
However, to do the familiar's look, you do need like 10 gold pieces worth of like incense,
Burning incense.
or coal.
I don't have any incense. Shoot!
Okay, Foxfire idea then.
Yeah, I don't got no incense.
We'll pick up incense when we can, but for now, keep that on you. It's so basically, Nolan carries around these little illusionary, like crystalline foxfires with him. He's never had to bring out this ability till now, because he's never travelled with a group who's ever needed it till now.
Yeah, my character's gonna look at them and say, "Yeah, we might need to leave town as quick as possible, as well."
No kidding. Because those foxfires, let's just say they go deactivated if I get knocked out. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah, and my character's slowly walking towards the gate of the city. Yeah, I'm adjust. Yeah.
Constance makes sure that Fawn like stays close as they all start leaving.
She's just walking with y'all. She's walking next to you.
And
You seem to be the nicest to her right now, so yeah.
Kind of gets
He
a pat
trusts
on
me.
the shoulder by Nolan.
She looks at him.
Here, take one too in case they notice you as well. Okay?
Yeah, she
You don't have to put it on, just put it in your inventory.
Oh, okay. So she takes it, and I shall add it to my inventory so that I remember that it's there.
It's basically just a basic illusion amulet thing.
The entire time right now, Constance is, since they're in such an urgency, is just letting Sapphire rest in their hair.
Yeah. My character's gonna say to Fawn as well as we're just all walking out. Are you sure you want to be with us after this? As he holds up the wanted poster.
Yes, I am very sure.
You have a strange sense of safety, but that's fine.
Exactly.
She kind of like tilts
Actually,
her head a little bit. So I'll give this description to you two, and for those that weren't there last session, you look at her, you see these big, wide brown eyes. She's about 16 years old, and immediately you're like, man, this kid has no survival instinct.
She's only 3 years younger than Constance. Oh my god.
Wait, how old is my? I forgot how old my character.
One's gonna get babied
she's
by
like
Nolan, I'm gonna
20?
say that much.
Well, she's never
my
been babied
character's
by
like
anybody else
24.
before, so whatever.
My character's 24.
Ah, fun.
Lot of young people here.
Over 1,000.
And then there's Nolan.
I mean, to be
Ancient
fair, Nolan
sarcophagus.
is Fae, so I'm not really sure if 1,000 would be either old Grandpa Nick is sitting in a chair chewing on his gums, and I'm not talking
Young
about.
adult.
I'm
Well,
not
not
talking
young
about.
adult. They'd be like basic adult.
They're
Oh, okay.
basically a Fey Kitsune thing. If you
Uh,
actually look at Kitsune lore, they become full powered at 900.
all right. So you successfully blew through how many towns now?
As many as it takes.
Let's see. There was Dust Bowl, Chum, and now Graveyard. The only small towns left are the Train Yard and Dusk. Of course, you could always try to go to the Glass Bay or Dodge.
If we manage to go to a bay area, we could hop on a boat and see if we can get to a different continent.
That would probably be a better idea.
Anyway.
Fawn, have you ever been on a boat before?
How well are your sea legs, Nass?
Yeah, once, and I think I'll be okay.
Caliroth?
Yeah.
How have you ever been on a boat before?
Once or twice.
Okay, then you should be alright as long as those
They're in
once or
there.
twice haven't given you seasickness.
225, 65.
Alright, so
So
just
we're
as conclusion, everyone's heading to the Glass Bay.
We're heading to the
Yes.
bay
Yep.
to try and steal a boat.
Yep.
Alright.
No, wait.
Why are you asking if I've been on a boat?
Because I know how to steer a boat, and I have a funny feeling you guys are probably gonna steal a boat.
Fawn's
And-
kind of like looking at Nolan, like kind of. I don't know. She finds him kind of fascinating. And so as he's like doing all of these things, she's like, man, like wow.
Thinking it has been enough
Whoa,
time by now.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean by still a
Please
boat?
don't get a weird crush. Please.
She doesn't have a weird crush. She doesn't have a weird crush. No, that's not what I meant. Like
Thank God.
she's sorry. I meant to imply that she feels like you've been around for a long time if you haven't told her how old you are yet. She thinks you're old.
Oh,
She's not wrong.
But also she's pretty fascinated with anyone who isn't like a human. So there you go.
Oh, so pretty much the entire party.
Yeah. I
That's
did
probably why
think
she's
that was
alone.
really funny because I didn't realize that Fawn was gonna be the only human, and I was like, man, girl's about to have like
she must have
Yeah.
been so sheltered because she's only been around human-looking races more than likely.
Yeah,
You shall see.
one of the worst part is I'm not the funny thing is I'm not a normal dragonborn due to my breath weapon. So that's going to be even more shocking when I end up using that.
Alright, so as you get on the road, it's gonna be a good 2 days journey just to get to the Glass Bay. So y'all better rest up on every spot you can get. Alright then, so
Misbehave one more time, Sapphire. You're getting another lemon to the mouth. Got it?
I will say every stop that they make, Constance is almost always checking the satchel that they have.
My lord.
alright, so
Wait, I have two.
it all's going to plan a couple stops
I
here
have
and there
two bags.
at the occasional diner, but nothing ever goes horribly wrong. Until the storm hits. And y'all were heading down the road when a magic storm hits. It's a more recent occurrence nowadays, thanks to the more common use of magic, especially around here, thanks to the whole, eldritch abomination that was summoned. So there's a good chance you're gonna have to rest in, and thankfully there is an inn.
Do we have to go in an inn? The rain feels really nice right now.
No.
Fawn
Not
has
standing
like
in
Would you rather-
moved her backpack to her front and is doing her best to keep the fiddle covered.
Which Constance does.
Yeah.
Offer,
Get in the
like, I could
building.
carry.
The funny thing is, my character has like took his cloak off, his like little cloak off, just to cover up his gun. For the same.
Yeah, she's taken
Get
off like she
in
had
the
like a
building.
vest on, and so she's taken her vest off to put over her like fiddle.
Yeah,
just
by the
hit
way,
Nolan
quick question.
Probably a shelter of
Um,
a building, just like get in the inn now.
Fine, we're going in.
Okay, Constance, can you please make me a deck save real
Thank
quick?
you.
Oh goodness gracious.
Not a bar fight.
Lightning.
Okay, dirty 20.
Lightning strike.
Dirty 20.
Alright, you successfully see a little
A
shimmer
dirty
in the
20.
ground as you do a little hop or simply step over, or however you do it, and you see that it's a cow tack, a special item designed by cowboys to essentially keep cows off of one area. If they're heading to an area that you don't really want them to, you can throw them to the area, the cows will step on it, and go the other way.
Was I almost gonna get my foot stabbed? Oh my god.
If you don't have
Probably.
thick soles to your shoes. Or
He has
wooden shoes
peasant
like I do.
clothing. That's all he has on, peasant clothing.
Yeah, my character's following, and the fact is, my character's not even wearing shoes, as he says, probably.
Step over it.
When Nolan was like, get in the inn, Fawn like immediately rushed in as if like I don't know, like somebody shocked her or something.
Yeah, with
The
Yeah,
that
inn-
my character
concept.
just walks in nonchalantly.
The inn is very nice. There's a fireplace along with everything's made from the wood exactly from the forest where they are. An old dwarf comes to meet you. Oh, hello there. You can call me Bellwood. Now, what can these fine people do at these inns at this hour?
We're
We need a
hoping for
room
maybe
for the night.
maybe a few rooms.
Oh, of course. Alright, so
Maybe
how many
like
rooms?
maybe
How
like
many
5
rooms would that
rooms as
be?
he points to the dang tabaxi.
The tabaxi just looks at you and says, "You think I had a choice sleeping with you? I would honestly rather be sleeping with an owlbear."
Okay, you
Then you can go
beautiful
sleep
couple.
outside.
May I ask who the tabaxi is?
Yeah, I was confused.
Yeah, the tabaxi
Like,
has been
who are
following
you?
you,
Why are
but
you
the
tagging
tabaxi has been a bit quiet, mostly just trying to figure
are
things
you?
out.
Constance does turn around to the back. She's just like,
Okay,
who are you?
okay. The tabaxi, I should point out, was a barkeep at in the city we were just at. That turned out to be some sort of, I think, assassin or a thief, something like that. So we're pretty much keeping her quote unquote prisoner at this point.
And who are you?
Gotcha.
And
Why?
every time she's in my room, every time we wake up, she's in my room.
Okay.
So either we can give a room for her,
Right,
or
lass?
y'all can have her.
Lass, before Callie decides to put a bullet in your head, do you want to be with me in my room?
Sure, I don't see why not. Probably better to avoid the
Thank you.
stank.
It's also to prevent him from shooting me in the head because he doesn't like me very much either.
I don't think he likes anyone.
When did
here.
I say that? When did I say that? I like the pseudo dragon, that's for sure.
Yeah,
You're sure about that?
You shot at it the moment that you saw it.
Again, when I first met the thing, I thought it was a real dragon. It's not. Plus, we ended up doing, I think. My character looks back at where the pseudo dragon is. What was it again? What did we do?
Are you sure you want to reiterate what you did? Because I will put lemons in both your mouths.
Okay.
It wasn't nothing bad. Don't worry.
Okay. Everyone, I think we need to just breathe. And he turns to the dwarf. How much for 2 for
4 rooms.
about 4 rooms, maybe 3?
4 rooms. That'll be... As he goes over to a chart, starts reading off a little bit. Total of 1 gold.
1 gold.
My character just flicks him the gold. My character already just flicked him the gold and just went to one of the rooms.
Thank you, sir. In the meantime, there will also be a complimentary breakfast in the morning.
Good to know.
To know.
Finally, some fresh food.
Wait, Master, you're not sticking me in the room by myself, are you?
That would be extremely idiotic.
Oh my lord.
Are you
Well,
sure we need 4 rooms?
I done paid. I've done paid him.
He paid it, so I was willing to just do 2 rooms, to be honest. But
Fawn shuffles off to one of the other rooms.
Yeah.
Master, you're not gonna keep me in the room by myself, are
The
you?
two people from this world have already walked off to a room. Now we just have the Stay Wild crew.
Constance
And then the
just takes
Tabaxi.
Sapphire.
Goodness.
Constance just takes Sapphire.
Okay,
from
I'm
the
just gonna
bed
go
and
to my room. Come on, Tabaxi.
What?
What was the name of the
Sorry, guys.
tabaxi?
What's the name
Say
of
What
what?
is the Tabaxi's name again?
Gayu.
Lemon's not gonna know it.
Gale?
No, Gayu.
Gay you.
Yeah.
Gale.
Okay.
Yes.
Game.
Anyways,
What's your
Yeah, you.
name?
Okay. Thank you.
the place is
No one just
very,
asked.
very nice. Nice. There's an oak dresser just in front of the bed. The bed is big enough to where it could fit plenty of, to where it could fit just a small family, I would say. Bless you.
Bless you.
And a pretty good window to a pretty beautiful sight outside.
Yeah.
That you're breaking up.
Type it. Type it and I'll say.
Trying to think.
While
Is
we
there a
think,
table in the room?
Yes, there is a small. There's a small ottoman at the foot of the bed.
Okay, my character's going to sit right there and going to make a few rounds with his breath weapon.
All right then.
while that's happening, Constance does go to his room with Sapphire, who is still asking, more than likely, if Constance is going to send him to a room on his own.
You can let me leave the closet. I don't want the closet.
You're not going in the closet!
No. Fuck.
By the way,
I
Kairov, can you make me a perception check?
Poop.
Oh my lord.
Well, it could be
I'm
nothing.
scared. You said perception?
Yes.
Nat 20 plus 5. What's out? What are you doing?
You previously did not notice, but there is a painting on the wall. The walls leading to a different room. Its eyes seem to follow you.
Oh no.
My
Oh,
character's,
hell no.
my character's gonna get
We
up,
just
walk
walked it.
over to the
Oh.
painting and poke the eyes. My character's poking the eyes of the painting.
You do hear small along with a door shutting.
Oh, okay. That's significantly better than the alternative.
What's the alternative?
If it was
Well,
me,
that
it
the
probably
paintings
would
are
be-
actually enchanted. I would much rather have people crawling around in the walls than the paintings be enchanted.
Touche.
The thing is, with
They don't
me,
need to mess with me.
by the way, with me, it would be more likely it would be that alternative you dislike that for.
I would much prefer the paintings being enchanted than someone creeping around in the walls.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways,
Well, as long as they can't see through illusions, then the party should be fine.
My character's going to immediately just grab whatever bullets he's made go to Nolan's room and knock on the door.
What?
Watch the paintings.
He looks at the painting.
It is a Victorian woman holding a book. That's it. She's
Watch
sitting in a
the
chair.
eyes. If they move, poke it.
Too funny.
Yeah, 27 perception.
God.
Haha, fuck you.
Alright then.
I swear, if Constance ends up being the only one who doesn't see anything wrong.
And Nolan doesn't just poke it, but also makes his eyes glow and foxfires appear flickering. Almost looking as if it's threatening to burn the painting.
When you do poke it, you do poke holes in the painting, but that's just about it.
Paranoid. And then, Nolan just
someone was
casts
stalking me,
mending
that's
on
for
it
sure.
and goes back into his room.
Yeah, my character goes back to his room. I'm not telling Constance. Screw that. Constance could find out.
How
I
rude.
got a total of 9, so I don't.
That's so sibling coded.
Mike, I will say this: Constance is my character's least favorite person of the party so far. So
Probably
he's
because
not
he almost-
telling you.
The thing is,
Probably because he
Nolan
almost killed me.
does shut their door, but goes to Constance, going, just knocking on the door.
There is a sudden scuffle happening in the room before Constance just kind of finally opens the door all in a huff. She's like, huh? Yeah? What's up?
Right. Just a warning, there might be a few of these paintings with, like, rooms behind them, people watching us.
That's not good. We have a child in one of the rooms. I'm gonna... and he runs right past Nolan, going straight to Fawn's room.
Yeah, I would be right between Constance and Fawn's room by then when you do that.
Actually, Calligraph, can I ask you a favor?
What?
Take the tabaxi, or heck, the tabaxi can have Fawn's room at this point. Fawn!
Fawn hears you call
was
her
about
and
to-
immediately pokes her head out of her room.
Right,
Fawn,
we
just
have
please-
a problem. You can't really be in a room by yourself. Mainly because of security reasons. So we're sticking the person who's probably tried to assassinate someone in the room by themselves. Not you.
She just kind of nods and
Yeah, you can have them. I'd rather have a.
So basically,
Well, as
the
y'all have
Tabaxi
your
has
little
now been
conversation.
given their own room away from the rest of the party.
Now, while y'all do this, I'm going to my room. Do not disturb me. As my character goes back to his room and shuts the door, forgetting to lock it.
Yeah, let's just say,
That's a dumb thing to do.
let's just say in the midst of Constance's slight panic, he did almost topple over Calliroth.
Yeah, and that's why he's going back to his
Calm
room.
down, Constance. I can help Fawn, alright?
Okay.
Why are you? Why is everyone like? Yeah.
Tell your silly dragon.
There's people in the walls.
That's silly. I
Fawn's
would
eyes she goes like, what?
Yeah, there's people trying to watch us.
Like perverts.
Can I watch them?
You can watch them.
So
yeah.
the party members.
Yeah, let's Sapphire in the walls.
You know what? Hold on. Constance just kind of takes Sapphire, bursts through Calliroth's room.
Hey, Kelly Roth, show Sapphire the painting that was looking at you.
Yeah, my character's gonna slowly look at them before saying, "Have you ever heard of something called knocking?"
Have you ever heard of we have an assassin dragon on our hands?
Have you also heard of, how do I put this? You didn't lock your door.
That too. Anyway, which painting?
Shit. He just points at the. He just points at before before getting
After
back to making his acid tipped bullets.
Constance then goes over to the painting, tries to move it. I'm gonna roll a strength throw, which he's not good at.
I don't think you need to do that. I'm pretty sure I poked holes into the painting when I
That's a
poked the
nat
eye
one.
hole.
That's a nat one.
Just let the little pseudo dragon into the holes in the painting.
Constance tried, he hurt himself. He tried to move the painting, but he hurt himself in the process.
The painting.
I'm a druid.
Ay,
I'm
ay,
not
ay.
even a cleric.
Mm,
There's
yeah.
that.
After being shown where it is,
Wait,
I'm just.
I don't. What
Huh?
does this party consist of now? Now thinking about it.
What does what
This
consist
party?
of? Party? Oh.
Oh no?
Yeah, we have an artificer, blood hunter, multi-class. We have a druid. We have a pseudo dragon. We have what I can assume. I'm assuming Fawn is a bard.
She's a rogue.
You're
That
a
was a-
rogue.
She's a rogue.
That was a very
Fawn's a
false.
rogue, but has the only reason I thought they were a bard was because of the fiddle.
Yeah. She's a rogue
Well,
with
you
some
act-
musical ability.
can-
Musical ability is not confined to bards, okay? We are breaking stereotypes.
Yes.
By the way, you can learn an
Dang.
instrument. If you are a sage, folk hero, or various other backgrounds, you can also pick.
I know
or
this, but
entertainer, you can pick instruments.
I know this, but I just see bards as the main thing that have instruments. It's weird
They are the
for
main
you to
thing.
see a
They are
different
the main-
class that has it.
They are
Did
the
you
main-
know that bards are actually a subclass at first of
Also,
the fucking-
did you know bards can also be dancers? Therefore, the Final Fantasy franchise and also the Dragon Quest franchise has 2 bards.
Did Sapphire get into the painting?
That's what I'm trying.
Yeah, did you?
Yes,
You
yes.
know what? My
sort
character's
of.
going to get up from his
The
little.
painting itself is more acting
I was
like a
about to say-
door. The eyes were the only thing that could move, and it does lead to a different room. The room is furbished here. It's obviously used as just as any of the other rooms. Only you came out of another painting.
Creepy.
No kidding.
Eh,
Fawn's kind of just standing there awkwardly.
Constance is
Yeah,
just trying to do
while
his
y'all
best to
do that,
reassure
I'm going to
Fawn
go
while
back to making my bullet.
While Sapphire is in the wall, Constance is just
I-
trying to reassure Fawn in the best way that his very much still slightly childlike brain can.
She's calm. She's just
as
like
you're-
watching.
Constance isn't calm.
Yeah, as you're doing this, my
Yeah,
character.
no,
Yeah, the funny thing is,
Oh,
as y'all
basically
doing.
trying to calm Constance. Constance basically gets enveloped by like 3 of Nolan's tails.
I got hair in my mouth.
Sorry.
Yeah. And
Anyway.
the funny thing is, as this is going on, my character has went back to the table to continue making his bullets.
Fawn is watching.
This
Rather
party is
interestedly.
kind of filled with a bunch of ragtags, huh?
I would like to cast camouflage.
Anyway, I'm gonna be right back.
You have that spell?
Well, it's minor illusion, so basically.
Maybe we should have tied a ribbon or a piece of string on Sapphire's leg before letting them into the painting.
Yeah,
Speaking-
I'm making a false wall.
False wall.
Yeah, like, taking the idea of the end of the wall that's past the painting, and I'm just gonna be standing right at the end, and just like 4 inches away is like a one-way wall, where I can see through one way, and the other people just see the wall.
I see.
But related to what Nolan said, my character is just going to stay from as he makes his bullet. I mean, y'all stuck him through the wall with me.
Alright, as the night. Alright,
Y'all put him through the wall.
Alright, as it all settles down, and the morning becomes very present.
Actually, what am I doing? Also, Stray Cat got out the fucking storage room. Anyway, I'm actually gonna go through the wall areas, and I'm just gonna have this false wall move with me as I just keep moving forward.
And that is going to do.
Like the wall is slowly compressing, but there's no actual wall there. It's just an illusion. So, if anyone wants to fight me, no, they don't. They just see a wall.
Got it, and no, nothing happens.
So, what do I see?
Nothing.
It's just wall.
Just wall.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna stay in there.
So, are y'all gonna leave my room or?
Yeah, Fawn, as soon as you kind of like look like you don't want us there anymore, Fawn just kind of like turns and leaves.
Yeah,
Goes back out into the hallway. She can't go back to her room, so she kind of just stands there and like waits.
Yeah, I kind of don't like being in a room with people anymore after the after waking up in the same room as the Tabaxi like 3-4 times at this point.
See, I kind of don't like being in a room with people. Period. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, funny thing, I'm in your walls, and there's nothing you can
My
do about
character's
it.
annoyed. Except for shoot a bullet at the wall too.
Oh wait, I did roll on stealth just to be quiet this whole time. I got a 16.
Okie dokie. You are stealthy to literally no one because no one is there.
Yes, until someone comes in.
Putting that in my notes.
Please do. Please do.
Okie
Wait, how
dokie.
did they get it?
As you. Alright then, as day turns to night, well, was the rest of the day was, and the night turns to day, each of y'all wake up, and, well, it's still raining. Quite heavy. Very, very heavy.
My character's gonna go downstairs. He's spinning. He's like doing, you know, those pencil tricks you do. He's just doing that. Well, the pencil or the point trick. He's just doing that with just a normal bullet.
Alright?
Finger spinnies.
Fawn is still pretty dead asleep well into the morning. She was up all night the night before,
Whose
so
room is
she is
Fawn
out.
in?
I think
Yeah,
she's with Nolan.
Whose room is Fawn in?
Nolan.
By the
Good to
way,
know.
Nolan is knocked out too.
My
They're
character
both
just
pretty
knocks on the
solidly
door.
asleep.
Yeah, my character just knocks on the door. Just a very calm knock.
And you do not receive an
Fawn,
answer.
Does anyone wake up
At
from
least I
that?
don't think so.
Yeah.
Do y'all wake up?
Yeah.
Yep. Do y'all wake up from the first knock?
No.
Nope.
Okay. My character's
for
gonna
just
do it
kidding.
again, but a little bit harder. Roll for what? No. Roll for what?
I said roll for volume. Kidding.
My character's gonna knock again, but a little bit harder.
Fawn, at the firmer knock, kind of jumps awake. And, like, looks around, kind of trying to figure out where she is.
I am still in the
Nolan
walls.
doesn't.
I'm back.
Hi.
I am still in the walls, watching,
What did I miss?
eating some roaches I found.
If no one comes to the
Okay, I
Gross.
gotta draw
door,
that one.
if no one
Sapphire
comes to the
eating roach.
door,
I look away for one moment
if
and
no
the
one comes to
guy's
the door, I
eating
want to do
roaches, of
something
course.
mean. I'm gonna do
Okay.
something mean if no one comes to this door.
None shall pass.
Did
I'm
Nolan
gonna
wake up
wait
on the second
for
knock?
like 30 seconds. If no one comes to this door, I'm about to do something.
Fawn does not know this about you, so she has not quite responded yet.
So after 30 minutes, my character's gonna beat on the door like there's something it's the end of the world.
That gets Fawn out of bed very quickly. You hear a little bit of a stumble, and then she's got the door open.
And Nolan's just like, dude.
That's totally
Yeah, the moment the door opens, my character's gonna stop and say, "Are y'all coming down for breakfast or not?"
How tall is Kalaroth?
My character's 6'1".
Yeah. She kind of like looks up at you and like her mouth opens slightly as if she were about to respond with something snarky, and then she just closes it again and closes the door.
Why is he tall?
I am drowsy, so
Wait, how
Okay.
tall is Constance?
He's 5'6".
you guys hear
And
thudding
Nolan?
in the room.
Nolan, how tall are you?
Almost 7 foot.
Jesus.
Yeah, Nolan's the
ouch.
tallest.
Fawn is 5'3".
Hey,
Let's just say
you-
Nolan could probably pick everyone up on his shoulder and just like, you feel like a, you just feel like just carrying them like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah, literal.
Like,
Yeah,
oh.
no, she looks like
So
a
my
literal
character
child
is-
next to
my
these
character
people.
will. Yeah, pretty much.
Trying
My character's going to go over
get
to.
Nolan to move is quite literally impossible.
Anyway, the moment that Constance
Yeah, my character.
eats breakfast, he slams open his door and runs right past Caliroth with the most speed that he can.
Yeah, there's thudding in the walls.
My character just watches this. My character watches this and just says, I guess I don't have to knock on your door now. Alrighty. My least favorite person's room now as he goes to Gay's room. He's not even gonna be nice. He's just gonna beat on the door with just annoyance.
Okay,
You actually do that, and she gets up, goes to the door, and says, "What?"
Breakfast.
Good. Pretty sure it's better than anything you'll ever cook.
Huh?
Why did she act
Not
like
the
a
one
disgruntled
cooking.
wife?
Bitch. I'm not the one.
at this point, Constance might start referring to Caliroth and the Tabaxi as a couple.
Yeah, why did Tabaxi act like a disgruntled housewife?
My character just looks at her. My character looks at her and says, "First of all, bitch, I'm not the one cooking. Go downstairs if you want the food."
That's
Bitch.
what I'm saying. I am saying that whatever the chef has will probably be better and less poisonous than whatever you'll make. ever make, actually.
I need context here. Did he burn like some cereal or something? Like, what the fuck happened here? Did he somehow make a terrible meal at the
My character has
campsite?
never cooked for the party. No. My character has never cooked for the party. She don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Oh,
you
sure,
guys,
and
you guys probably tasted my cooking, and I blamed it on him.
What a
Fawn goes ahead and goes downstairs.
Alright, there you see the old dwarf had made some pretty good breakfast. No, I can hear you. And all of it's pretty good. You got some eggs in here, even got some compy eggs. Some eggs, bacon, ham, pancakes, biscuits and gravy.
Constance just has an entire mountain of a plate.
Yeah, Fawn puts away a lot too. She again hasn't eaten since like dinner night before last.
Constance, you get some mental screaming.
What?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
the
like
most that Nolan puts on his plate is meat. For the majority.
I can't find my way out. It's too dark.
Constance just sighs and just casts Find Familiar.
I come out with like 50 cobwebs on me.
He just wipes the cobwebs off of you and then like flicks his hand to try and get the cobwebs off his hand.
Yeah, my character's just sitting here with just a normal plate of food. And maybe
The
like a little
reason why
thing of nuts beside.
Nolan doesn't take much either. He just takes what he needs. He doesn't take much. He only takes what he needs.
Does it look yummy to, like, I don't know, an average 10-year-old Fae?
Yes.
I mean, Constance is currently eating the hell out of it, so...
Yeah, I'm not gonna make my own plate. I'm just gonna steal one or two things from Constance's.
Which he doesn't
Fawn
I take a biscuit.
Fawn pulls a small bottle off of her belt and gets like a little like one of those little ramekin dishes and pours some like very clear liquid into it and then slides it over and her little Flora Lily jumps down and starts drinking out of the ramekin.
Yeah, I'm just
familiar you have there.
Interesting. Nolan, what's a familiar?
Oh, right. Well, some races can actually spawn familiar like things, kind of like my fox spires, which I can turn into illusion amulets, like what I gave you guys, or I can and proceeds to turn it into a little flame-looking fox thing.
She like is like listening very intently and watches with kind of wide eyes, and she's like, "Oh, Lily's not like that. She's just I just found her a couple years ago."
I mean, like,
I see.
I found like Sapphire when I was in like middle school.
Basically, familiars are magically bound to those who have helped them, or because sometimes people, very rarely, can get Fae as familiars by freeing them or perhaps even giving them a name. There is one thing you cannot repay: an identity. And
yeah, you
can never repay that sort of debt.
Fawn nods and just kind of like pets the top of Lily's head. She's like, "No, I just rescued her one day. I don't think she's magical beyond what she does. She can put people to sleep, but that's about it."
I mean, I rescued Sapphire when she was an egg. She was found in a poacher's thing, and I took her in, and no one helped me with magic stuff when they hatch and blah blah blah.
Yes, but the difference between you
My
and
character-
Sapphire and this one is because you made a magical contract.
What's a
They
contract?
didn't.
As each of y'all continues your meal and talking, the old dwarf comes
I'm
up
not-
to you and says, "I apologize about all the rain. Afraid ain't much to do I can stop it, so the most I can offer is for a couple nights free. It's for probably another 2 nights free up until this weather
Really?
starts getting better."
Hey, hey,
Oh
hey, hey,
no, it's
hey,
too
hey,
late
hey, hey,
for
hey, hey.
that.
Master,
Trust me,
Master,
you
And that
wouldn't
would
want to
be
be on a
helpful.
boat in a storm, believe me.
Master, can
Ugh.
you go play in the rain?
No amount of sea legs will prepare you for that.
Fine, Sapphire, you can go play in the rain.
Fawn goes with Sapphire to play in the rain. She
Yeah.
leaves Lily on the counter.
By the Fawn, before you stepped outside, you would feel a raven land on your head.
Yeah,
She
my
kind of like.
definition.
Oh, go ahead, Sapphire.
Yeah, my raven's just sitting on your head now.
Sapphire?
My definition of play is a little bit different. As by play, I mean I'm practicing how to control my electricity cantrips, and I'm using that in the rain to make little chain like.
Fawn takes his warning and
exactly
steps
what-
back in, but she kind of hesitantly like reaches up like a hand to the raven. See what'll happen.
Nothing. It just accepts it.
Oh, okay. So she gives it like little head like scritches just like with the tips of her fingers.
Also, Novan, to pass the time, actually starts singing. Yes, he knows how to sing.
Ooh, Fawn goes and runs and grabs her fiddle and tries to like figure out what he's
Do you
singing.
want me to actually sing? Because I can. Would you like me to? I'm only gonna sing a snippet so Gargax doesn't get copyrighted.
Demonetization.
But would you like me to
Well,
sing?
that means it was monetized in the first place.
That
We
one.
have no monetization.
Yeah. Not a one. Not a bit, not a. But
Would
So,
you like me
go
to
ahead.
Sing? That's all I'm saying. Now don't you cry. It's an Irish lullaby.
Adorable.
Very nice.
Yes,
Mm.
I
very.
don't often let my friends hear me sing anymore. You guys are the only ones that have, actually,
Sweet.
in recent
Oh.
memory.
That's nice.
Yeah, I guess Fawn
Oh, my
sits
character's
down
gonna
with
look at
her.
the bartender.
If you couldn't tell, I used to be in the choir.
My
Alright.
character's gonna look at the bartender and say, "Do you have a shot glass?"
Oh my
He
god.
puts out a shot glass. Here you go. And
Thank
and
you.
it is
My
in the shape
character
of a
takes
frog.
it.
It's in the shape of a frog.
My character just takes it. Like he's gonna use his breath weapon into the shot glass.
Alright.
As he just puts it back on the table. As he puts it back on the table and pulls out one gold piece and puts it right beside the shot glass before saying, "Who's willing to take the risk?"
Nope.
The bartender backs up saying, Fred, I can't. I lost the ability to drink poison, or whatever that is, many, many years ago.
It's not poison. It's
I like
acid.
I like my life.
Wait. I have a question. Does it smell sweet?
I don't know.
No, it does not smell sweet. It doesn't really have a scent. It does not have a scent. No, it does not have
You
a
know
scent.
what? You know what? I'm gonna add to. You know what? I'm gonna do this now. Hand me a sugar cube.
No.
Please, no.
Fawn kind of goes
Give me a
over and looks
sugar
at it
cube.
curiously.
Okay.
She's
You
not
wanna
about
do
to
that?
drink it.
Okay.
She's not about to drink it. She
I'm
goes over.
playing.
You're getting
Just like
a
looks
fucking
at it.
lemon in the mouth. Bad Cullyrath. Bad. Lemon to mouth.
Wait, did you just put a lemon in my mouth?
Yes.
Yep.
My character just eats it. He just
All
eats it.
right. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Ain't no fucking.
Poison
Did he
lemon!
actually
Oh
do
my
it?
gosh!
You know what? No. Gargax.
To
Gargax.
be fair,
Gargax.
hold
Yeah,
on.
Gargax. Make the cons. Who drunk it? Who actually did it?
Hold on.
No.
You do realise this woman is from
You
the
make the
Feywild.
Constitution saving throw to see if your fake. To see
Oh.
if I can already tell you were doing everything in your draconic power to stop from that little thing. It always happens, always with the sour. Roll me a Constitution saving throw to see if you can actually withstand it.
Inverse
25.
Say what?
What?
25.
that motherfucker.
You bite it, and unfortunately, nothing happens.
Yeah, my character just eats the lemon right in front of you before saying, "Yum, delicious."
Fawn is still just kind of like inspecting the shot glass of acid.
Normally that works.
It's a very potent green, and there's a slight sizzle to it, but that's just about it.
Actually, no,
Do
no,
not.
Gargax. I think it would have a smell. I think it would have the smell of gunpowder.
She reaches into her pocket and pulls out like a small like either like a pencil or like something little and like dips it in the acid.
It immediately eats
What
it.
are you doing?
She's like,
Oh,
"Oh, this is
Testing it.
cool."
You're
She
not
like
drinking
looks
it.
at Calaroth and is like, "Can I have this?"
oh God.
Have you never seen acid before?
I have, but this is cool.
Sapphire comes in, sopping wet from the rain, and it's just like, okay, had enough
Right,
rain.
Cullyrath. What sort of idea did you think would happen if you did a acid breath into a shot cup near a child? Go on.
Teenager.
Malachi. What did you think?
She's finally kind of coming out of her shell, and she turns and she says, teenager, 2 years away from being an adult. Like, don't patronize me." And she reaches and grabs like a vial out of her bag and like dumps the acid in it very carefully.
Good.
My ass.
Sapphire's
Just-
gonna.
I would be.
You just
My character
have
immediately
just-
says, "I would be careful with that near fire."
you have armed the teenager with acid. Good job. Good job.
She
As
pulls
no
out
one just
her
Fine.
knives
collapsed.
and her whip.
It's fine.
We'll see.
She just kind of like
The
looks at them
worst
and then
person
like
I could weaponize with acid, the worst person I could do that to is that thing, as he points to the dang tabaxi.
Let Fawn talk, please.
Oh please,
she
give me.
shuffles
Oh
off and
please,
she-
like I would need that acid.
Gargax, hold up.
If I wanted to kill you,
Shut
I'd.
Doggax,
What?
let
Gargax.
Dawn speak.
She shuffles off into the corner with her acid and pulls out one of her knives and sees if she can figure out how to get the acid onto the knife.
Oh,
Goodness.
interesting.
See?
All right, so
Do you want help with that?
Cullyrath.
this is
While this is all
about to be
happening-
either very good or very bad.
While this is all happening, Constance just like takes Sapphire takes out a cloth and just starts drying them off.
The thing
No.
is, Nolan used to be a teacher. That's why he knows so much. He used to be a teacher. It was literally his job to know shit.
You know what? My character's gonna walk over to Fawn, pulling
You
out
gotta-
one of the acid shots.
She looks up.
Go ahead.
Kalira?
What?
I think
That's all I'm doing.
Kalirov is trying to get Nolan to have a heart attack.
Okay, so she kind of like looks at the acid shot and is like, okay, and kind of like looks at it for a second and tries to kind of emulate what was done to try and get the acid onto her knife in like a way
Yeah,
that
I'm trying to help her use my acid, pretty much, by showing her the acid shot.
Why
Yeah,
can I
you're like-
imagine? I can imagine
Kali-
Kalira just like
By
exposing
the
his
way,
fangs and
Nolan
just
basically
latch
says
to it.
this. Kalirov just makes sure she able to use it safely without burning the shit out of her hand. Kindly.
That's what I'm doing. As long as she don't use fire near it, it won't explode. It's fine.
she kind of like looks up at Nolan, and you know that look that teenagers give their teachers in high school when the teacher said something to them that they don't like? Yeah, she gives you that look, and then she goes back to her like that
I've seen
very
that
very
look a
sassy
million
deadpan,
times.
and just goes back down to like work on her acid knife. She is
know,
determined to
know
prove
that-
this fox man wrong.
The thing
Trying
is,
so hard not to
know-
laugh.
Yeah, because Constance probably has done this before and he knows what happens. Because Nolan
So,
just
Gargax,
walks
is there
away.
anything-
He doesn't give his guidance, he doesn't do anything, he just leaves you alone. Which is probably
there
the
anything-
worst
Yeah.
thing that a teacher could do. But that's the type of teacher he is. He just lets you learn the hard way.
Which is a good method.
Gargax, is there anything she needs to roll to get the acids to like do the thing she wants?
No, the acid is very viscous. No, wait, no. What's the fluid? It's very fluid, although very sticky. So it easily sticks to the. So it easily sticks to the dagger.
Probably
She
because
kind
of
of
the
figures out after putting it on the dagger that putting it back into the sheath will probably eat the sheath, and so now she's like, I am in a dilemma.
My character
The thing
just
is,
sits there.
Nolan's way
before-
of teaching. I'm gonna tell you Nolan's way of teaching is, okay, you don't take my help, fine. Figure it out the hard way, and he leaves you to
my
your
character's
own
gonna-
devices.
My character's gonna look at Fawn before saying, you know, let me see if you
Do what?
I'm
And he
asking Fawn.
basically
I'm asking
starts
for your sheath, Fawn.
ignoring. He basically
Oh,
starts
she hands it to
ignoring
him.
the party. He basically starts ignoring the party and starts humming that tune you heard him sing earlier.
Constance, please stop.
Unless
You're
he is directly mentioned or talked to, he will not respond.
Constance,
Gale.
Fawn hands Calaroth her sheath.
What I want to do is do some sort of engineering to it, so it get damage from the acid.
Constance does eventually stop
Um,
drawing off Sapphire when Sapphire's like all dry.
All right, roll me a.
Also, Constance would probably realize this behavior of Nolan as he's
Yeah.
doing the whole learn the hard way trick.
But she's keeping a very close eye on Fawn in Nolan's absence.
Okay.
All right, so
Why do I
Calaroth
feel like
wants
you're
to do
watching
engineering.
her? Why do I feel like you're all watching Fawn because of me?
No, not because of you. No, not because of you. It's because it's their child.
Kalaroth is an influence over Fawn. Fawn becomes like Kalaroth.
That would be horrifying.
Yeah, that's going to be impossible.
Yeah,
I will
pretty
tell you
bad.
that now. That's going to be technically impossible because I don't think they're going to let you hold a rifle.
Constance doesn't care how Fawn ends up. They just care that Fawn doesn't get badly hurt.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Okay, so
safeguard the use
Kalaroth
of my
wanted to do
acid.
engineering. Yeah, Kalaroth wanted to do engineering.
Yeah. So what do I have to roll for you, Gargat?
Well, so what specifically are you doing?
I'm trying to make it to where the dagger sheath, doesn't get like damaged from the acid on the blade.
I think I have an idea.
You'd need some sort of wax.
Is there any candles nearby? Actually, thank you for that idea. Is there any candles?
Yes, there are
I
some
think
candles burning on some tables.
I think I have an idea.
I'm gonna grab one and I'm gonna use the dripping
thing
wax
is-
to put into the sheath.
The reason why Nolan would have answered that question over any question that Fort would have given is because Kaliroth doesn't need to be taught anything.
I think I have an idea.
Okay.
So when he muttered
So
wax as a response to Kaliroth trying to like anti-acid the sheath.
my character's
Hey,
not
Constance has a question.
into blades.
Ask it to anyone but Nolan, because if you ask it to Nolan, he's probably going to give you a sassy answer.
Hey, Constance has an idea.
I could maybe try and hyperfreeze the acid.
Hyperfreeze?
I'm trying to make it
Fawn
to where the
hands
acid
you
can
the
still be
other
used.
knife while not looking as she tries to put acid on her other knife as well.
Yeah, my character's gonna look at Constance before saying, "I'm trying to make sure the acid is still usable.
Oh, it
Freezing
yeah.
it will make it harder to
usable.
use."
It still should be usable. Flash freezing only makes it hard until exposed to body heat.
Watch the dogs.
Well,
Minimum.
I'm gonna put wax
You
in
do
the
realise a sheath.
Yeah.
Constance, a sheath is held on someone's belt, which is near to their body, i.e., body heat will still activate the acid.
Yeah. That's why I was trying to figure out how to do it without that.
Yeah. She
So
does
my
the
character's gonna grab.
wax.
So my character's just gonna put wax in one of the sheaths.
And Constance just kind of flash freezes another and the acid. With,
She takes the knife back and puts it in the wax sheath, and then does the other part herself, where she just waxes the other sheath and then puts the other knife in, and now she's got two knives with acid on them.
I will point out, and I'm saying this out of character. Actually, no, I will say this in character. I would be careful with those near fire because they are prone to explode.
Yeah, I kind of got that much. You have fire breath, right? And that came out of you, so she sheaths them.
No. That was acid breath.
Oh, okay. Well, I still, I would think so. And
It's
she kind
rare.
of puts it.
The thing is a rare thing for black dragonborns to have. Normally, it's just like a normal type of corrosive acid, but I got a lucky draw and ended up with this. So yeah, I would be careful.
Gargax, real quick, based on Fawn's background, would she know this already?
Yes. Also, two questions. One, would you like the others to know your backstory, or would you like to keep that in a little bit more?
It kind of depends. Like, she's not just, like, terribly against telling it. She just hasn't really had, like, the chance to.
Alright, well then, yes.
Hasn't told his full backstory either, so.
Alright then, so I will say it
Yeah,
like
my character hasn't told his entire backstory either.
Constance didn't share a single ounce of his backstory at any point, other than the fact that he saved and raised Sapphire.
Alright, so here's actually what...
Yeah, that's all we know.
Okay, so here's how your character knows it. You specifically remember so you do remember seeing a dragonborn with an acid like that. It caused very much damage to your father's property. So he ended up using a special harness around their mouths to make sure that wouldn't happen again.
She kind of like looks at Kalaroth for a second and just like very quietly says, "I know," and like straps down her knives.
The old bartender walks up behind you and says, "I must say that is an interesting concoction. How much can you actually shoot?"
One shot a day. Well, at one shot every time.
I see. May I please see an example of this shot?
Can you open the window then?
For everyone who's listening, he just said, yeah.
Because I would not
Okay, please.
like to do it inside.
You're breaking up a little bit, so...
He doesn't want to do it inside.
Alright, so yes, he opens the
I don't
window
wanna
and essentially
shoot the
shows him
bullet inside.
the hand. Essentially now you can do it.
Alright, my character just grabs his rifle, loads the shot in, and aims at like a tree good bit away from the inn before firing the shot.
Hold on, I'm gonna see if Constance would want to do something tricky / dickish.
Please don't!
He's gonna do something slightly dickish. Can you have him roll a wisdom saving throw?
Who?
Sure. That is a 21. Dirty 20. Dirty 21, I should point out.
Okay. All around you, a twisting pattern of colors starts happening.
I did not teach you illusions to mess with people's aim.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I was just shooting it out the window. I was making sure it didn't hit the end.
And he specifically did this thing for one goal. To make at least some of the colors make an
And that
outline
is?
to make some of the colors make an outline of a dragon in the area that you're aiming.
My character's not an idiot.
He just fell for a hypnotic pattern. Of course he's an idiot.
You made me roll wisdom.
Yeah. Meaning your character wouldn't know the difference.
My character will still know that it's fake.
That's intelligence.
No, if they succeed on the
Yeah, you wanna know what my fucking intelligence is, motherfucker?
Okay.
I have a 17 to intelligence. My character would know it's still fake.
Kalia. Wisdom would tell you if you know if it's fake. Intelligence basically is like, oh, I know that tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is, I know that I shouldn't put a tomato in a fruit salad.
Unless it's a salsa.
Unless it's a salsa.
Alright, how about this? Yes. Okay, how about this? How
I won't
about
be
this?
close to the end anyway, so my character just...
How about this? You do shoot at it because at the moment, I'm pretty sure even if your character saw an outline of a dragon, you would still try to shoot it. You saw Sapphire and you tried to shoot it, so I'm pretty sure if you saw anything resembling a true dragon, 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 wings, you would shoot it.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't still shoot it. I'm just saying afterwards I would realize that it's not real.
Afterwards, yes, you would realize, but in the moment you would not.
Fawn can see
Exactly.
the argument
The
waiting
character
to
just pulled the
happen
trigger.
and leaves.
And Nolan also
So
leaves
my character just
like, no,
stared.
you two can learn that stupid lesson all on your own. No.
By the way, quick
My character just
question.
stares at this.
Fawn, where do you go? There are three
Yeah.
places you can go.
I
There's either your room, somewhere
she
else in the diner, or the back door, which you do not know where it leads.
she goes out the back door.
Alright, you go out the back door behind the bar, and you see a freezer filled with meat.
A what?
A meat freezer. This place has a whole lot of magical energy in it. All of it essentially producing some form of cold spell, keeping the meat cold and fresh.
She just kind of is like, ah, cool, and keeps exploring. Is it an inside, or is it like, is
It
there
is
like a door to
inside.
the out?
It is inside. Everything looks normal. Everything is in a sort of a great tarp, potato sack. Everything is in a potato sack.
She starts to snoop in like all of the potato sacks.
You see different types of meat. You see some really big ones. Most of it's just all the same.
Okay. She then turns. She actually sits down and pulls out a book and just reads in the meat freezer. Nobody will find her here.
All right. As
Yeah, that's the worrying part.
I never said she was. Well, actually, wait. What's her? Wait, she has
What
like
do
a
I
negative
do?
to her wisdom. So
do I do?
yeah, her wisdom's a
Where you
9 with a
said-
-1.
Don't say. I never said I was smart. I swear to God, that is something that in my campaign is said about a certain character.
What? He never said he was smart.
So
Okay, yeah.
It's
Fawn's hiding in the meat freezer
every
reading.
single episode.
this is
He can't help it that every single situation that he's in, he ends up having to explain, I never said I was smart.
Yeah. Specifically an adventure romance novel.
okay. Can you please make me a Constitution saving throw?
Who?
Me?
Yes, it's pretty cold.
Oh.
Oh.
Fawn makes the mistake.
Figures out how to put acid on knives, sits in the meat freezer. Okay. Oh, this is gonna suck so bad.
No
For a
one's
saving
made a
throw,
decision of where to go yet. He's kind of
2,
pacing.
2.
2 and
She has a -1 to her constitution! And I rolled a
oh
3!
no.
Oh,
All right.
Lord.
Okay, well,
Hold on for a second.
Wait, let Gargax say his thing.
As you read your book, you find you've read the same line 3 times. Then soon forget that. As your eyes slowly begin to drift, everything feels nice.
I'm gonna roll
The-
something to this
The
next
cool air. It feels nice.
Wait, what
And
about Flora?
She's
Yeah,
sitting
what about
on the
Flora?
bar drinking her nectar.
Well, I guess lucky for Fawn, Nolan decided to go at the back door as well.
alright, you do.
After
Alright,
pacing around a little bit.
alright. I would like to say that it does actually take her a minute for the coal for it to get to her. So for when you saw her, she was reading. And to you, and I assume to you, it probably wouldn't seem that bad. I mean, it's a little chilly, but
he was pacing in the main room for a little
Yeah,
bit.
he spent a little bit of time in the main room.
all right, okay, all right,
Haha, unconscious. Yay.
all right then.
Luckily, Nolan does just pick up Fawn and just Gets her out of the meat freezer.
Okay, hold on,
let
just one
Gargax
second, just
say
one
his
second.
thing.
Do you
Let
see her go
Gargax
into
say
the
his
meat
thing.
Do you see her going into it and then go get her, or do you go with her?
No, he did notice that she went there. And after some time of just pacing, he started to realize that doesn't lead outside.
All right
Because
then.
I rolled to see his decision, and he decided to stay in the main room for a little bit, and then go to check on her.
All right, you go to the meat locker. It's a meat locker. There's just meat.
Even fresh.
And what else?
And meat on hooks. A couple empty
And
hooks.
Fawn, unconscious on the floor.
No, there is no fawn.
No? There is no. Oh, there is no Fawn.
Okay, guys, stop arguing right now. I don't care about your stupid little illusion game, Constance. We've got a missing person.
I haven't even said anything. My character's just been sitting there, gun still out the window, taking a deep breath before he went off.
Constance, get rid of
missing
the illusion. Fawn's missing.
Yeah, that makes Constant almost immediately lose focus on the illusion as he just whips around to Nolan and just like, what?
She went into the meat locker and she never came out. And she's also missing when I went to check on her.
Sapphire immediately goes into the
hey.
locker.
I do have a question for you, Fawn.
Yeah.
Did you ever remove my raven from your head? Because I never moved him.
Oh, no, I did not.
So it's not just Fawn missing, it's my raven, too.
Wait, hold on. Since your raven is your familiar, you can see through your familiar.
Oh, Lord. I forgot.
Oh.
You can see what's happening.
As long as hey, there is a limit.
This
As
is
long as
why a DM has to be observant.
yeah, as long as they're within.
I never.
Be nice.
I had to ask. I had to ask
He's
Fawn
not
if
observant as a
if
player
she
either.
ever removed my falcon, my
I'm not
raven from
joking.
her
Be
head.
nice.
Okay. Do you look through the crow's eyes?
It's a raven, but yes, I tried to.
You see pitch black.
Well, we have bad news, guys. I can't see through my raven's eyes.
So you're telling me not only is Fawn captured, but you're familiar as well.
Sapphire immediately start looking for this person because they were super nice to me, unlike other people. and I want to make sure.
Hey, I've been nice. Hey, I've been nice to you.
I think it's
Yeah, that learned
a
helplessness
jab at
does a
me.
lot to make you really nice.
I think he's referring to me for shoving a lemon in their mouth.
Yes.
Alright, so what exactly are y'all going to do?
I'm gonna look for the damn bartender.
The bartender is watching you shoot.
And
We're just gonna look at the bartender before saying, hey, buddy, where's that freezer go?
Constance just does go into the
nowhere.
freezer.
The freezer? It doesn't go anywhere. It's just a cold metal box.
Our friend went in there and now they're gone. Oh, our friend went in there and now they're gone.
Maybe they just walked out.
Constance goes in
did
there
you
and
check the
uses detect
room?
magic.
If they walked out, I would have been able to see through my raven's eyes. I can't even do that.
Gargax.
Yes.
So Constance goes in there and he uses detect magic. Does he detect any magical signatures at all in there?
I'm also using detect light. I mean, not detect lights. Dancing light aids to light up the room.
Alright, the meat locker meat locker with a dim light, and now it's much brighter. Everything is a meat locker. And you do actually sense some magic, and that is completely around you. This place is covered in runes that emit frost.
Other than that, are there any odd magical features?
There is one that seems to be underground. A single magical signature you can't recognize.
Shit, she got pulled under.
He does go to where the sigil is.
It's underground.
I know, he stands above it.
Alright.
Yeah, my character will have followed in. My character will come in as well by now
Same.
to check
So
on them.
would Nolan, but that's mainly because he's following so nobody else gets fucking yoinked.
Sapphire also went in. That's why the lights, and they're also looking all over. This time, I'm gonna try to do like a trap check. Like, I want to see if there's any hidden stuff around.
No. There is no traps in this room.
He's going to, once he's above the area, he's going to, kneel down and start, swiping away any, condensed ice or snow.
Actually,
Realize
there's no
something.
snow. There's a little ice, but no snow. It's a pure metal floor.
I just realized something. The spell says that my familiar has to be within 100 feet of me to be able to see through his eyes and telepathically communicate to it. That's a problem if I couldn't see through his eyes. It's further than 100 feet from me.
If it was further than 100 feet, you wouldn't be able to see anything in general. You would not be able to use the spell.
Hold on, quick question. Since the familiar is magical in nature, would that mean you can use detect magic on it?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright then, never mind then. Anyway,
What'd you
let's
say?
continue.
Wait.
So,
Gargax, what'd you say?
Wait, remember,
Just a question.
Nolan gave the crystalline foxfire to Fawn. Can't we just
That
do
too.
locate object?
I don't got locate object, but I can use detect magic, which means any magical feature, including the raven / crow, including the pendant, including any magic that is on Fawn, I can detect if she is within the area of 30 feet.
I got a question.
What is your question?
Technically, I can cast Find Familiar, but could I? Like,
The amulet doesn't count as familiar, and also
It would
it's
probably
not
just teleport
your
you back
familiar.
to me. It would probably just send you back to me. It would be like last ditch effort.
I like a reverse callback.
Yeah.
Call for.
Anyway,
This is
with the
not
detect
good.
magic still going, do I detect possibly the raven or the pendant?
Okay, question.
Those
What
specific
exact...
magical features.
Okay, two questions. One, can you tell the different types can you tell if this magical signature is a raven or if it would be this magical signature is a raven?
You can tell. You can't tell exactly what the spell is.
Well, technically,
but you can.
Hold on.
both Cullyrath, there's 3 characters with the amulet thing. There's Fawn, there's Cullyrath, and there's Sapphire. You'd be able to recognize it simply by analyzing the other 2.
And by knowing their directions.
And then you would also recognize my magic because I'm here.
And since I would know where you are and where the other 2 amulets are, I'd be able to recognize where the 3rd amulet is and where the raven is just by magical signatures, since I would know where the other 2 are.
And considering that ice magic is usually evocation magic, the abjuration magic of Find Familiar, because you cannot see the specific spell, but you can see the school that is detect magic.
Yeah, you can fill the school because I have it. I have detect magic too.
Which is good in case we ever lose. But it also has a
Yeah, the reason I took it was because I'm an artificer.
But yeah, basically, I can detect specifics, but not the spell itself. I can detect the class, I can detect specific magic, and the direction of it. But I do not know
Yeah,
the
and
spell.
Find Familiar is a conjuration.
It's a conjuration spell.
Yeah,
And
so
since
they would
amulets
be able.
are transformation spells in little tiny amulet form, then that would also mean that that's a other very different signature.
Hmm.
Meaning I would be able to detect the differences of what is what. Within
Yep.
30
Okay.
feet.
Gargax, are they able to sense anything?
Yes, they do sense the amulet and specifically the familiar under the ground.
They're under here!
Okay, so it is within 30 feet. It is within 100 feet actually, which means
means the
which
room
means
is dark.
I can do something
Do
else.
not have dark.
Telepathically talk to my raven.
Also,
Okay.
the Foxfire does have some heat to it.
That too. But yeah, Constance
It's
just
held
spins around to
anyway.
Constance does spin around to the others, just like, she's under here!
So it barely has that heat.
My character's gonna close his eyes again, but he's gonna telepathically connect to his familiars and open your eyes for me. And instead,
Do you
so
want
he
me to
can
show
get a
you a
look
picture
around.
of what it looks like? Where would I put things? Like the character has given you.
You could probably put it in game lore.
Probably.
Game lore. Where?
It's right above,
I see
it's
it.
like, yeah, it's just directly above channel. Voice
How we
channel.
had
So
this channel.
this is what the Foxfire looks like as it's in a amulet. It can be held and it emits heat.
Okay.
And it is technically an extension of Nolan.
Meaning I can
Yeah.
also technically use just those two separate signatures of Nolan's magic and Dark's magic. I know where those two are.
Also,
Yeah.
again, evocation.
Yeah, so Kaluroth tried to look through the Raven's eyes.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But I'm telling my raven to
Okay.
open his eyes too, so I can
Yeah.
see through them.
It is.
Gargax.
But if it's pure darkness, you won't be able to see shit. They don't have dark vision.
Would the heat from the Foxfire, because it's just like, or it's like in her pocket, would that wake her up? Gargax?
No.
Okay.
You'd have to hold it for it to emit more
Yeah.
heat.
Okay.
Basically tell it
I was
to.
just curious.
Basically, you have to activate the ritual.
Since
Got
I
it.
know where the specific signals are, which is directly below me, Constance is gonna have Sapphire start doing their best to just burn the metal.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Hey.
I repeatedly cast Sorcerer's Burst Fire version.
My Gargax, can I see anything through
Can
my
I transform
raven's eyes
into
still,
a
or no?
fox and just
No,
start
you
digging?
cannot see anything through your raven's eyes.
Can I just start digging?
Yeah, does the fire do anything against the
You know
metal?
what?
Is the question.
Does
No.
the fire do anything to the metal? No.
No, it is way too cold.
Oh.
You have it in your pocket. You have to activate it. The reason why it
Hey,
was
super
activated
guys,
on
y'all forgot-
Kalirath is because he was actively wearing it.
Yeah, I'm still wearing it actually. Mike,
But
I know what
because
I'm going to
your
do, Gargash.
character
I know
didn't
what I'm
have
going
any
to do.
need to wear it,
Alright.
like Calyroth and Sapphire, you
Let
weren't wearing
Calyroth
it. You
wear-
just have it in your pocket.
I know myself. I know my raven is on Fawn's head. I'm going to make my raven start pecking Fawn's head to wake them up.
Your raven is currently not on Fawn's head.
It would be though.
Like what?
It would be like near me though, right? Because we were together.
Yes, it would be near you.
Yeah.
Okay,
It would have
so
never moved. But it.
So is the raven unable to get to me?
yes, it is unable to get to you.
Okay.
Shit. All right. Plan B. I'm gonna have it start. Fuck. What?
Making noise.
Causing a ruckus.
What the fuck? Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna
Well,
have it
that's
start cooing.
While that's going on, Constance just starts like panic screaming for everyone to start using their most hot spells or potions or whatever, or do anything to help try and lift or move or get rid of this metal.
My character is gonna step outside real quick to talk to the bartender before saying, and I'm gonna ask the bartender a very certain question. Hey, buddy, is that alright if I cause a little destruction in your freezer?
How much are we talking about? It's still a freezer, it needs to stay cold, otherwise all the meat will spoil.
A giant hole in the floor. A giant hole in the floor because my raven and the amulet that our friend had is under your floor.
Oh,
And there's two people. There's a person with those items, with the familiar and the amulet. So kindly either help us get the
So
imprisoned
is
person
it
in your
alright?
out, or bye
Is
bye
it alright
freezer.
we call? If you think about it, sir, we actually will be extending your freezer.
hey, I.
Downwards.
So is it alright?
Just go.
I will say this right
Good.
now.
My character is going to step.
I have
My
heat
character is
metal.
going to step back. My
Can I
character
use
is
heat metal
going
on
to
it?
step back inside.
Heat metal might melt it. Yeah.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
Yeah, let him finish.
My character is going to step back inside and tell everybody to move as he's loading another acid shot in his gun.
Which Constance does take Sapphire and move.
Nolan moves.
My character is going to stand like at the door and just shoot a bullet into the floor.
Alright, you do, and it explodes, revealing an opening underneath the freezer. It seems to have been dug out by hand.
Yeah, let's just say Constance wastes no time and jumps down there.
My character follows suit.
Nolan does proceeds. Like, can they see Fawn?
Yes, she is currently tied up, along with the raven, essentially having a rag wrapped around it.
Yeah,
Oh,
Constance.
these sons of bitches.
Constance races
No-
right over, taking out his gun and cuts her
Nolan
rope.
takes the amulet and puts it around Fawn's neck and activates it to warm them.
Actually, she's not
As
very
my character
cold.
is going to cut. As my character is going to go grab my raven and cut
Oh,
it
she's not.
free.
She's not cold?
No, the dirt is a little warm, so it is actually no, actually, she is a little cold, but not cold enough to where she would need any serious medical question extremely quickly.
But yeah, regardless, Constance
My
starts
character's-
cutting the rope off with a dagger.
Yeah, as my character pulls out his dagger and frees my raven.
All right, the
Does Fawn
raven
wake up?
immediately hops up and gets up on you.
Does Fawn wake up?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Fawn would have woken up from the giant explosion.
Probably.
Yes.
It wasn't very quiet
okay.
now.
Then like the whole time she's actually like staying like surprisingly quiet as they come over to help, like not really saying anything.
The
My
entire
character's
time
gonna
while
look at Fawn before saying,
the entire time while Constance is like cutting the
"Go
rope,
on."
he's having Sapphire just kind of stay on guard, preparing any spell that they can to make sure that if anyone's down here that isn't who they are meant to be with, gets cooked.
Yeah, I have my mechanical wolf on guard as well.
All right, you do,
But the
but
way I
they're
have him prepared, he didn't. My mechanical wolf didn't jump down. He's sitting on top, above near the hole, ready to pounce on whoever walks up behind us.
Okay, so Fawn no longer has ropes.
Nope.
She kind of just like sits up and like rubs some feeling back into anything that like fell asleep.
Are you alright?
You want to
Okay.
explain why you went into the freezer?
Are you hurt in any way?
Argax, am I hurt in any way?
no, but no, you are 100% fine.
I shake my head no.
Kelly Roth, can you do me a favor?
What? What?
Scan the area. See if there's any other magic other than what is around us now.
Yeah. My character does use detect magic.
You do, but there is no more magic. Well, none that you. Besides the normal magic that's around, no, there's nothing else.
I don't feel anything else here.
Okay. Let us act quickly and get them out of here.
Also, I can show you what Nolan's fox form looks like.
Cute.
You did. Have you
Aw.
rode on your back before in your fox form?
I believe so.
Didn't I ride? Yeah, I think on the first or second session I rode on
Yes,
your
but
back.
you only saw one tail because he was hiding the others.
Yeah.
Constance-
Fawn stands up.
Yeah, Constance. I was about to say,
that's fair.
Constance puts Fawn up.
And by the way, Nolan is in the fox form because he thinks it's easier to get out of the hole that way.
Fawn sees this but kind of puts two and two together.
So, my character is going to like grab Fawn and toss her up towards like the entrance of the hole.
She like
Yep.
stumbles, but just yeah, she stumbles a little bit, but like yeah, she just kind of. I mean, she would be able to climb out, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd just rather just toss you up. I'd rather just toss you up.
She gets to the top and she kind of like
Does anyone else need
begins.
help getting out?
Constance has Sapphire just use Misty Step on the two of them.
Kelly Roth.
Well,
my character
is going to use the help of his mechanical wolf to get out.
Okay, well, Nolan just kind of climbs up. You know how foxes climb up trees?
Wait, they climb trees?
Yeah, my character just
Yes, they do.
parkouring. My character uses the wall and just uses the leap up towards the hole. and just has a mechanical wolf pull him up.
Okay, you do so.
Maybe we should tell the barkeep that he should fill in that hole with a hell of a lot of dirt.
And maybe give
Or
someone
he
to
could just
sell
use
the
it.
knife down there.
He could
We'll
just
say
use
maybe
it
an
to make a
investigation on
bigger
who did that.
freezer. Like I said, he could just use the hole for a bigger freezer.
Yeah, unless the people
Didn't
that
think about it.
captured Fawn come back and steal all of his meat.
Goodness, we don't want that. Anyway, two of them here are not staying here a moment more. We don't know who the hell decided to try and take Fawn, and I am not willing to let them try and take her, or you, she says as she points to Caliroth, or you, she says as he points to Nolan. At any
I'm
point.
touched. I thought you were gonna say fuck me.
I've dealt with Fae and yokai hunters before. I could deal with them again.
If they are willing to
They're
go
not a
after
fae.
Fawn, if they're willing to go after Fawn, someone who is, no offense, clearly not a Fae,
She had one of my foxfires on her, remember?
she's still human.
Fawn just looks like thoroughly embarrassed.
My character just pats Spawn on the back. Don't worry, you're not the only one that's not fae.
No, she's not embarrassed about that. She's embarrassed that she did something dumb and got in trouble.
We are not going to stay here if that's the kind of threat that we are dealing with.
They've almost killed me before, so you do have a fair point there.
We don't know what they were going to do. They had Fawn wrapped up in rope. They had that one, he says he points to Caliroth. They had that one's raven tied in cloth in a area below a freezer, covered by metal.
That is a way to trap a fae. And possibly a yokai.
Which is why I'm not risking it.
Is
We're
it?
moving.
Yeah, my character just, as we're walking by, my character's gonna look at the barkeep before saying, "Hey, turns out there was a hidden room under your freezer."
Also, you may have
yes,
a
that- wait,
yokai or
what?
fae hunter or a problem nearby.
Yeah.
I see. Well, since there is a hunter nearby, and more pressing,
Bless
you
you.
destroyed my freezer, I would say that it'd be better for y'all to leave. As he opens the door, but immediately shuts it back up. Don't move.
What's out there?
He simply shakes his head, looks out, gets his back behind it. I think I saw a tyrant.
A what?
Tyrant? Like
Is this one of those things we saw at the city?
like a
My character says that so
unjust
calmly
king or
too.
queen?
Wait,
Is
what?
that one
What
of the
did you
things we
say?
saw at the city?
I don't even know. That's why I'm trying to get him to say it again.
A
Torgax,
He said a
tyrant.
tyrant.
A
A
tyrant?
tyrant?
Like
Yes.
a bad king or queen?
Oh.
Well, okay, so everyone roll me a history check. See if y'all would actually know what a tyrant is.
That's a 12.
You said.
Why can I not roll good today? Good grief! Where's my iPad?
That's also a
Torgax.
12!
Oh god.
Hold on, I
yes.
gotta get my modifiers.
Yes. The student is no smarter than the teacher.
The teacher is from
Hey,
the
the funny
land of the
thing-
yonder and
the
the
funny-
Feywild. Why would he know
Hey,
anything
the funny-
about us?
I'm gonna be right back. Guys, I'm gonna be right back.
That is a 13.
There's food downstairs.
That 20 plus 3.
My mom made burgers. I'll be right back, right?
Okay. Alright, so
That's a coincidence. I made burgers earlier today.
Okay,
Nat
so-
20 plus 3.
Alright, so just right now. Fawn, Caliroth, here's what y'all know. Fawn, you do remember it. As you entered the Eldritch Blossom Bayou, you were briefed on the creatures that were bound to this area. One of which was called the Tyrant, a creature of immense strength, speed, and most lethal of all, its stealth. It said that a tyrant can be right behind you and literally breathing down your neck, and you would not know until you were already dead. Suits in full plate mail could not withstand a single bite from a tyrant. While Caliroth, what you know is far
Mhm.
more. Your family, along with hunting dragons, often chose other dangerous prey, including tyrants. Tyrants were those brave enough to actually take them on. Essentially, ah, uh, quick, need a fancy word for revolutionary.
Revolutionary.
Something fancier.
No,
The French.
resistance?
Oh yeah.
Resistance?
Oh yeah. The resistance was essentially a title given to those who slew a tyrant. These creatures
Vive la resistance!
are some of the most lethal creatures around that although appear magical aren't actually. So even stuff like detect magic would be completely useless with them. They don't entirely know how they work, but they are a very prized prey in your family. The only thing that's a bigger prized prey would probably be a literal dragon, an elder dragon actually.
Yeah, my character just sits there unfazed by what he said.
Well, I know most of what you just said. I dated one for like a week before he tried to eat me.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Forlin got a natural 20. Or not Forlin.
So, by the way, Nolan
But
wasn't
it's,
joking about the whole Fae Hunter thing. That is a part of his backstory.
My character just stares at the barkeep before saying, "Do you have a back entrance?"
Are you mad? Are you expecting to leave when a tyrant is here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I could try to woo it with
Hey, let's just
my
hope the
messy
tyrant
with.
eats the Fae Hunters before it tries to eat us.
I'm just kidding, but for real, do you have a back door?
Yes, but I would definitely not suggest going out of it.
I'm
If
not. My character grabs one of the chairs and just goes up to wherever the back door is and just lodges it to where it will be hard to open the door.
All right. Okay, good. Good.
I'm setting a trap because if that chair moves, it's inside.
Okay. Small thing. Oh yeah, I did forget to mention. A tyrant is a T-Rex. It's just this world's T-Rex.
Oh my.
Oh. Ooh.
Really?
You and your
in
dinosaurs
that-
again. The
I
first
failed
time
my
we had a
In that
history
case, Fawn has ducked under the sill of the window and just her eyes like peek over the top to look at it.
All right then. Roll me perception.
Also, by the way, Nolan never transformed back. It's still a fox wolf thing.
Nolan, chance of Nolan scruffing somebody, just picking them up. What? I can't freaking roll. Perception. That's an 11.
You know the position that the picture's in? He's kind of in that position right now. Like kind of lowering to the ground.
All right then.
Yeah. It was an 11, Gargax.
All right. So you do actually see the vague outline of a tyrant for a second before it moves.
I'm gonna do a funny.
He just goes, whoa.
Head down and just tugs the back of your clothing.
Dang, how would she respond to that? She kind of just lets
gotta
you,
go.
freezing a little bit, but just lets you. Oh.
Wait.
We lost the only person who knows anything.
I know things. You
Not
forget
good.
I know things.
Yeah, but you speak in riddles.
To be fair, Nolan would be much better. Because here's the thing about two of the sums of his parts. They like riddles. Both Kitsune and Pukus like riddles.
Yeah.
Alright, so what exactly would y'all do now?
I'm gonna. I, I'm gonna wait for
Fawn-
when it passes.
What, we're
Fawn
not gonna
gets
fight the
back
damn
up to look
thing.
out. Yeah, Fawn gets back up to look back out the window.
Okay, roll me another perception check.
Please be better this time. You know what? No, I'm switching dice. This is stupid. This one's cursed. It's going on the shelf.
Dice
Hold on.
goblin.
I'm getting a different. Okay, this one's better. This one's like blue and purple. Maybe this one will be better.
Can you see?
Oh
what-
yeah. That is a dirty 20.
You
Double that dirty 20 again. 19 plus.
Wait. Calyroth is gone and people's rolls are getting better.
Yes.
Calyroth is the
Luck
the
stealer.
curse. Yeah, it's because of his constant nat 20.
Oh, here's the thing. He accidentally made himself a luck jacket.
He
I
did.
kid you not.
He did. We tested it.
Yeah,
He took
I
it
think
off and he
Gargax
rolled badly.
told me about that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
but it doesn't work for my sessions.
Wanna know one else? It cycles my luck. I get nothing but nat ones whenever he has that fucker on.
Anyway, yeah, so a dirty 20.
And if what happened to Calyroth?
he got
He had to go.
Right.
There's a
Actually,
T-Rex
basically-
outside.
Actually,
There's a
no. There
T-Rex
is actually one thing
There's
that
a
I could
T-Rex.
actually do. When you do peek outside, the only thing you see is the ginormous face of a tyrant staring right at you, right at the
I'm
right through the glass
surprised you
at
didn't
you.
use the whole. You could have used the Fey Hunter plotline, but no,
Can-
you kept a T-Rex. in
Can
our
I
face.
try? Hold on. Can I try to persuade it to go away?
Screw off.
No, because with that extra perception, you will notice that its ribs are bulging, which means it's starving.
Ah. Very nice. She takes out one of the acid knives, like opens the window really quickly, and then stabs it in the eyeball.
You would have to throw it in order to hit it in
Did
the
you
eyeball.
have a
The
death
thing was
wish?
like snout first. But still, I would not
Stab
suggest
no.
doing that. It would probably literally bite you in half.
I cast
okay.
flashbang.
No, no, flashbang.
About
Don't do a red mage, please.
I'm gonna cast dancing lights, full brightness, one congealed humanoid form right about an inch away from its eye. That is like getting flashbang with a flashlight. Like
Alright, which you do,
You're
and
gonna
it
do
does,
for
shaking
nap
its
to it,
head,
aren't you?
shaking your head, backing up as you hear an almost gator. Okay, for everyone listening, I believe that a historically accurate T-Rex would actually sound similar to an alligator. So that's what you hear, the low rumbling growl of an alligator.
Constance, if only you didn't use your 2 spell slots. You could have used
What can I
invisibility.
do?
Yeah, I did. Wait. Sapphire.
We have a problem.
Sapphire.
Which problem?
Sapphire.
yes.
You
Can you use
and your T-Rex problem.
how many times can you use invisibility?
I don't have invisibility.
You have all of my spells.
I have my budget version, which is minor illusion.
You have
make
all
a
of my
wall
spells.
of it.
Honey, you have all of my spells. You're my familiar. You have all of my spells.
Yeah, but we share that for those spells, the same spell slot.
Damn it!
Oh,
You
and
forget that. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way,
We are fucked.
as y'all are
We
trying
are
to figure out what
fucked.
exactly to do, and after Sapphire flashbang the T-Rex, can't believe that's a sentence I
Alright.
actually said.
Hey, shopkeep, do you have a piece of chalk?
You hear nothing.
I keep my eye
Right.
out.
Do any of you have any stones on you? Any at all?
I just do another flashing. I do another dancing light. It's in the same vicinity of last time, just in case it needs another flashbang to the other side of the face.
You do it, and it is gone. It's like it never even was there. By the way, does anybody turn around?
Okay.
The door's locked and blocked.
Yes, but do you turn around?
Well, after Sapphire flashbanged the thing, Fawn kind of stumbled away from the window.
Alright. Okay, so you... Alright, but does anybody
turned,
physically turns around and looks behind them?
Constance does.
Here, let me send it to you in private, because this is,
I was looking behind me as well.
Oh, in case... You know what, might as well just say it out loud. You see the bartender, pinned up against the wall, sword in his chest.
Uh-oh.
The sword is made
Thank
from
God.
pure silver.
Hold on. Fawn is gonna
Yokai
roll a
hunters.
constitution real quick.
Yokai hunters and a tyrant? This is bad.
She's fine.
I don't have anything to help out. I thought I took something, but I didn't.
Can Fawn go grab the sword?
Yes.
Yeah, Fawn takes the sword.
Okay, I need you to roll me a strength check because not only stuck in the wood, it's also stuck in the man.
Ooh,
Please do
that
it.
is an 11.
You can't pull it out.
Okay.
Sapphire would like to. Sapphire would like to prep the wound just in case this guy is still somehow alive, but still dying, like pretty quickly. I would like to try to bandage the wound with his own shirt. Like
Alright.
rip the shirt off and then just put a lot of pressure so it doesn't bleed as much.
Okie dokie, but you can tell. He's dead. There's no blood, but he's still dead. He's pretty dead.
Well, at least not whatnot.
We have Fey hunters somewhere. And a tyrant outside.
Yep.
If push comes to shove, I might be able to give you guys an opening to bolt out the back door.
If push comes to shove, I'm protecting my master. Even that costs me my life. My life does not mean nothing because I can just be resummoned.
You do realise that if push comes to shove, they're after me, not you guys.
Fawn is kind of like just sat down in a chair, like head in hands.
Also, Gargax is basically forcing Nolan to tell his backstory by putting fucking Fey yokai hunters in our way.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, Fawn just kind of has her head in her hands, like, oh god.
Right. These guys have been after Faye for I don't even know how long. But push comes to shove, they're after me, not you guys.
I checked the register if there's still money.
Really? Really? Just killed the mood, huh?
Nolan,
Killed the mood like a dagger to the heart, didn't you?
Let Nolan tell a story.
I will. I'm just checking.
Can Fawn go over and grab Sapphire? Like, she's kind of gotten over her oh gosh. The interesting Foxman is telling his story, and freaking Sapphire was rattling around in the freaking cash office. Can she grab him and like
Yes.
put him in her bag?
Yes.
Yeah, she grabs Sapphire like around the middle and like sits down and does, you know, like when a cat doesn't want to be held? That's what she does. She just kind of like
The thing
holds
is,
Sapphire
Nolan and
like a freaking cat.
Constance and Sapphire doesn't know Nolan's story. They only know the bare basics.
Yeah, and Fawn wants to know the story, so she sits down with Sapphire and puts her hand around his freaking mouth. Please continue.
Basically, there are Fae hunters and there are yokai hunters, and more often than not, they team up. Using techniques from both, I hazard a guess the silver sword is against yokai. Not only that, but it can be used against werewolves too, which can be a type of Fae. That's not all. Enchanted pieces of wood can also do the trick as well. Heck, even if you use a wooden stake, you can kill the majority of the Fae, particularly the undead variety, like vampires.
Fawn kind of like looks at him and is like, so if all of those things can kill you, how have you survived this long?
Oh, because I'm a kitsune. You'd have to actually have enchanted stuff and talismans. That sword looks like they're trying to make one.
What I'm hearing is we need this.
Used conduit for talismans. So is paper. Is there any paper tied to that sword, perhaps?
She keeps like Sapphire like under her arm like a football with his mouth still held shut and walks over to look and see.
Yes, there is. Although it's not much of a piece of paper anymore. It looks like it was torn off. There's just a little bit of it that's stuck to the bottom of the handle.
The barkeep must have tried to break the talisman while struggling against the guys. Hence why there's no bleeding. It was never supposed to kill a mortal. He broke the talisman. That's why I'm not dead. They got the wrong person. I can't even transform into a dwarf. I'm too tall. Stupid. Suffice it to say, they have tried to kill me multiple times. I don't wear long sleeves and stuff for nothing. I've got scars all over my body.
Fawn is listening with like a very like intent expression, and like very, very open, very, very intent, and she seems to kind of care about this a lot.
And most of the times, their talismans have been rushed. That one seemed to be a hell of a lot more powerful and calculated. Silver sword, torn talisman that seemed to be possibly rather long. It's elaborate. They're after us, alright. Particularly me. I don't know if they've figured out Constance yet. I can only hope they did.
Fawn speaks up at that. She's like, you've said that 3 times now, and if you think you're going to convince me to leave you, that is not going to happen.
As you say this, a lightning strikes outside as the tyrant is just beyond the wood line. And with that, we end the session.
Yay!
Yay! Horror!
What did you think about the backstory of Nolan.
I like it. Nolan is arguably my favorite character in the Sorry Sapphire. But Nolan is now arguably my favorite
The
player
thing is,
character.
Nolan is it can be self-sacrificing. Constance can actually vouch for that because Nolan is in Constance's backstory.
Yeah, Nolan is a heavy part in Constance's backstory.
Oh, I love that. It's so well put together. I really like.
We've been friends for what has it been? A year and a half?
About 2 years, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's cool. I like it. Yeah,
the only one that isn't tied together is Cullyrath and yours, and Cullyrath is getting nudge into the circle. That's the way you.
Yeah, I'm just excited for Fawn to kind of get her wits about her. She isn't just a super closed off person.
It's just that random Tabaxi NPC.
Yeah, where is the Tabaxi right now? Like, we have all of this freaking going on, and is the Tabaxi just chilling? Well,
oh yeah, the Tabaxi has been asleep in a bar stool this entire time.
Hold on, I'm adding that to my notes so I can draw it.
Wait, they're just sleeping while their roommate that they spent a night with is just chatting about his fucking backstory and the fact that they're being cornered by a fucking T-Rex and Fae Hunters.
Stay with Nolan. I stayed with Nolan. I stayed with Nolan.
I would say this right now.
Alright, yeah, you stayed with Nolan, but the Tabaxi was offered and stayed in there for a little bit.
I will say this now, Nolan only knows a portion of Constance's entire backstory.
Well, yeah, you're only his student.
Nolan only knows Constance as Constance. Sapphire also only knows Constance as Constance, this little tiny thing that showed up at school one day.
Yeah.
Wait, just so I have a reference as to how much of her backstory is out there, what do y'all know about Fawn? I'm trying to gauge.
Constance, we don't know much. All we know is that you're not very close with your father. You came from...
For reference, the ringleader is not her father. I know that he almost called her his daughter, but they are not related.
Your adoptive father.
Not even.
Foster father.
He's her boss.
You live with him. That's basically the same thing.
And like, what, 200 other people? Circus?
True.
Whole caravan?
True. You're a child. You're interested in everything.
A teenager.
Teenager.
Right, that very good distinction.
That isn't human. You're interested in everything that isn't human.
Pretty much, yeah. Okay, just wanted to know how much everybody kind of knew so that I knew how much, like, because I like to kind of, like, slowly feed bits.
Nolan knows, like, only a portion.
Well, I didn't mean for all of this to come out all at once, like, a major part of his backstory. It's just Gargax forced me to. I didn't even hint this at Gargax. I didn't even fucking hint it.
Cullyrath hardly knows anything about Constance other than the fact that he is stupidly protective over Sapphire. To the point where he almost killed him in their first meeting, so...
Bro, it was so freaking funny, too. Because when Nolan and Sapphire first met Fawn, she just, like, immediately trusted Nolan because Sapphire was with him.
Just like, yes, little dragon right there with that one right
yes,
there.
Obviously if you have a pseudo-dragon, you're the most trustworthy person on Earth.
And then it's revealed that Sapphire isn't even Nolan's.
Yeah, Nolan had, like, a monkey backpack on Sapphire at the time.
It was kind of like a weird ribbon thingy.
Just like, you're not going anywhere.
Monkey backpack. I feel like we probably need to monkey backpack the Dragonborn too.
Yeah, at this point.
To monkey backpack the 6'1" dude. I bet Nolan could hold it.
No.
Alright. So, for everyone still listening, thank you. Thank you for it, and I hope everybody has a good day, night, evening, whatever. See you later.
Bye.
Ooga booga.